we could see long swings to George. That's available. Even just by going default, you don't need to pop your shoot early on that. That's still within range, as is Yasnaya, as is Pachinki. We've got it all up for grabs. Melee base might be a little longer, as is Primorsk. Unlikely we'll see it, but there's the spread. Let's see if we've got some long shoots going on. Severny might be a little busy to start with. We might have to keep our eyes on that.
A few people dropping down in Severny, everyone else spreading out across the map. Plenty of people moving over to George Towers as well on Upper George. There'll be plenty of loot for those people, and of course you have the apartments and have the flats, but a good spread. Chappie and a few others, this end late game, nobody moving into Miller by the looks of it. I think that was the last player to dive out.
I would like to see the guys who went towards Milter, rather than looting there, head towards the road, get a car, the likelier ones. It looks like Liquid and Cloud9 might be doing that, which is not too surprising, or at least a couple of players, should I say. So keep eyes on Chappie and Molman. They might be the guys going to Millie base. We'll see if they get in a car pretty soon and head that way. There's going to be a battle for the bridge.
Ninja picking up Mansion on his elf. We'll see Spy Gia moving over to Lapovka as well, so good loot areas for those two players. Stoda moving out kind of into no man's land just above Yasnaya, but there is a couple of little cheeky hidden houses up there.
Yeah, the compounds you can work through will give you a decent enough loot. We're on board with Hotted right now. That's at the apartments. He's gone to the high value area. Risky play to begin with, bear in mind. No idea who's around you. Nice little Uzi in the pocket, so at least he's got a little bit of kick to deny any quick hits coming through towards him. But it's all about sound for him. He's got to be right on the ball here, listening out for any steps close by, because it's very, very easy to hear things, at least in this environment. And that might actually help him out. But with no helmet, no armor of any sort to be seen, he's very vulnerable for the next X knows how long.
Especially if someone's got a shotgun, because early game, that thing is an absolute tool of destruction. But he does pick up a level 1 bag, and that is pretty good early on, because the amount of times you won't find a bag, you have to leave the meds, you have to leave the Red Bull, you have to leave the stims and everything else that you find, because you simply cannot carry it. We'll grab an ump as well, so he's going to put that on automatic and just try and bait anybody in. But there's no point in rushing apartments this early on unless you're just a bit of a wild and angry player.
But let's bear in mind, no one's actually died yet either.
No.
This is the difference. I think we've all seen, hearing a couple of shots come through now, but the point is that normally in normal games, the high kind of areas of population will have deaths going on. You can see the safety that people are playing with, the mentality they're coming in with is passive, it's cautious, it's pretty calm for now. Level 1'd up now, just needs the vest to supplement it, get it going for himself. We can have a little look elsewhere, and actually we can start seeing down the line where that circle first will be defined towards.
I actually think it landed over Lapovka, if I'm not mistaken. We will bring up a map on the spectator mode in just a second to show you guys exactly at home and on perpendicular where other people are going to be. There are a couple of people, I think it was Ninja going over to Mansion. If everyone's kind of gone over to that side of George, though, they're going to be meeting each other on the way over. If it is over on that side where I mentioned at Lapovka, they're going to have to move on across and just unfortunately be matching each other, and there we go. So, not dead center of the map, just off to the right-hand side. But again, everyone on this 50%, everyone on the side, the D column, all the way on the left-hand side, has to match one another.
So we also saw the winner of the race to Millie. There was a good couple of players landing down this way, and it's Molman who made it there. Obviously a Liquid player, so he's going to have that all to himself. No one else has gambled on this. But then again, it could have been a limited car spawn. There may have only been one buggy or something along those lines. You've got to expect level 2s throughout minimum for this guy. Decent setup, everything else-wise. So there's not going to be much action on him, but he's going to be geared to the teeth, and the circle's not bad either. He might have to consider the cross back eventually. Boats could be a play for him down the line. Nice little 8 times. Not exactly what you want on a shotgun or your MP, but he's going to find a rifle pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll grab that rifle. There's always plenty of them down here, and when he does, did he please don't tell me he just left the meds? I didn't quite catch it. It was a little bit quick, but never mind. There's going to be plenty more down here in the Millie base. We'll try and hop on board with somebody else to show you exactly where people are spread out around, because he's just going to be down here. Easy loot for him, easy pickings, no one else to challenge him whatsoever, I don't believe. I think he was the first one there. Level 2, no helmet as of yet. But, oh, here we go. Now Dessler coming in. One will drop. So Drassel, Luminosity's Drassel will be taken down. Adren takes out Hooksteven as well by an SKS. So Sniper already in play and in the hands of Adren.
I'm honestly not surprised to see those guys going for the aggressive kills to begin with. If, you know, the Adrens, the Flums, they like that play. And let's see, yeah, that was going down towards Rozhok, kind of the little compound to the east. A nice follow-up, a nice supplement to actually going through Rozhok. And you can see Lex and Adren are very near each other. So they clearly do know they like this player. I wonder if Adren's actually going to hunt him down in the end. And that could be a battle to go through. But for now, you can see the good spread. Nice play coming out from, it looks like one of the Cloud9 players as well, down towards Primorsk. That's a very clean area. The drop was nowhere near it. That's the extremity play I like. And again, we'll just keep our eyes on this. Looks like Gassy Mexicans very close by in the farm as well. Lots of possible action here. Bit of a car chase coming through. Lots going on throughout this map.
You mentioned down on this C9 player just moving in from Molsk as well. That's going to be Sweater now. He's one of the guys that is very vocal about third person. Obviously, we see discussions, the difference between first person, third person, and look at that crate. That is dead center of the circle. So plenty of people will be moving into that very, very soon.
All right, we've got Oshi7, who's normally partnered up with Serenity. This guy's Daisy classic player. He's one of the guys you'll know for a while, but there's Ninja over in the mansion. You're going to see the cars approaching as well. He's going to hear this one. Level 1 helmet, it looks like, with a level 2 vest. Got an AR, level 3 backpack, so he's relatively well sorted. Does he hear the gun? Oh, excuse me, the car going past. I think he has. You can see the crouch coming in. But
He's the kind of player to chase them.
Yeah.
He's a very, very super aggressive, hyper-aggressive player that if he sees a car, he's going to aim out the window. He's going to take pot shots. Nobody else has pushed him on. Level 3 backpack, level 2 chest, only a level 1 helmet, so he needs to find a level 2 as soon as he can. But as you mentioned, Pansy, he does have this 16 for the long range. He does have this Uzi as well if anyone wants to come up close and personal. If you get the stock on that thing, it's disgusting. Up close and personal, and Uzi will absolutely shred you. Opts to change it out for a shotgun.
Ooh. Now, Psy Syndicate was one of the original winners of the Survivor games, many a moon ago on DayZ. Bit of an armor classic as well. Bit, you know, abrasive in the community currently. Certainly a little bit out there, but he's having the battle at the moment. That's just kind of on the side of Georgia Pole crates. That's just moving out by the first bridge. So again, going through the bandages, chunking through that, going to get his HP back up. And it looks as though he's in a bit of a fight on the other side as well. So that was the engagement that's defined this, but you can see already a bit of a passive move coming out, a readjustment from the other player, going to fall back, find a new angle to work from. Only a red dot, no additional zero on this, but you're going to see the shots coming through. Again, not landing the shot he needs. He's actually being dominated in this one. Armor's still good, helmet's still good, but that AK is being put to work, and on the other side, it's winning out.
And that's going to be Mithrin from the Turkish team. Full Turkish squadron here.
Look,
very
the chat have been going on about this guy, so I'm seeing why already. This guy is landing great shots, even though I guess you could argue that Psy Syndicate has the cover to play in, a bit of a nuisance. That guy's dealing with it well.
But he's only got a red dot and an AKM. I mean, fair enough, you can make it work. However, I didn't realize on the opposing side of Mithrin, he doesn't have a helmet. Whether he's got it knocked off or not, I don't know, but he's certainly watching his back. Yeah. He'll be a hop, skip, and a jump, and there you go. Here comes a jump, but he's going to try and target him anyway. No helmet, nothing around him. Pure aggression and pure braveness, as you mentioned, Pansy. Now he's going to go into the house. Just let him go with. You don't want to give in.
He won't have much ammo left. You can see it down to 5. You don't see much more there. So, again, a bit awkward for him. He needs to be a little bit careful on this one and how much he utilizes and how much he works with. Again, though, you can just see him adjusting some bits and pieces. But, yeah, the first early skirmishes coming through. We'll see if that kind of unfolds down the line, if it continues this sort of way. But very, very cautious play thus far.
Take a look further down the line, as you mentioned. Moving on to Evermore's POV. What we got here? Level 2 backpack. We got some bits. We got some bats. We got an AKM. We got a shotgun. It's pretty geared up as well as that shotgun, whether or not he's got a choke on it. I'm just having a quick look. He's actually moved across to...
Is he on the spawn island? This is a lovely strat. No, I actually like this.
It can be rough, though.
The fact is that he's not going to have much time up here just purely because of the drop. He probably found a boat around the Saverni marker and then moved his way around, or maybe even further northeast. It works, though. By the time you come back in the circle, normally you're in a good position, but already kill's going to come through again. So you're going to see these players really breaking it down now.
Well, look at this on the outskirts in the water. We're going to see one player moving in. Several players have already dove on into Lipovka to try and really take a stance and stamp the ground. And again, he's just going to be up here. He's going to be looting away. He's happy as Larry. It's a little bit sporadic on the gear. That's the only problem for me.
It's generally decent. It's decent enough for the position-wise. You should be able to get enough meds to be able to get you back to land. And the circle's actually good for him, too. It's over on the east side of the map. If it's over in Georgia in the south, you're kind of screwed. But I think I've got a bit of a visual here. Yeah, looking at this, you can see the tap shots coming out. Nice control as well. Single fire, no worries. No need to rush it. Boom's got to be a little cautious here as well. I think he spotted one out 4 times. Is far more viable on this too, but you can see the shake, you can see the nerves, but there's Cross going down. Lovely work from him with that Scar coming true.
Scar does its job, and he'll now opt to turn back and go and dive into his car. Boom, playing off of Team Noble as well. Probably just going to go call and collect, pick up his dead body. Anything he's got on there, looking for some stims, looking for some extra ammunition, and generally anything that he can make use. Remember, this is still early game. We are 64 players still alive. It's only about 10 deaths so far, but now everyone is slowly starting to creep in. And we're looking around, probably around the D and E columns, are where these big battles. You look at Adren, you look at Horty. These guys are just waiting. They're inside they're inside Rossok. There's several other people around there as well. We're going to see Kapowski, going to see Lex. These people are going to be meeting the others that are moving towards the circle. So all this area around the midsection he's going to get really dirty really quickly.
Yeah, this is Boom working his way around. An incredibly talented player too, so see how it goes. And you can see what's in these drops here. So M24, any nice sniping abilities here, 8 times to supplement it, and then a melee level 3 vest. But will people be brave enough? That's the thing.
Why do I never get crits like this?
What, do you miss the Tommy gun?
I just usually get a Tommy gun and a coat or a hat, something like that. That's a fully kitted M24. You got ammo, you got the quick draw, you got the scope, and then you've just got a vest to top it off. So it looks like Stoda.
You fancying it?
Could be making a
Ninja
play
could be
for it.
watching this as well. You're going to see the shots coming through from Boom. We saw him get into position. Stody's got to be careful as well. He's getting chunked down here. Let's hopefully jump on board with one of these two players, because I'd love to see this action. It does seem as though it's converging a little around the drop, but it may not be a full commitment here. Again, third person, you don't need to fully commit. There's Stody making a break for it. Thankfully, you're not on that buggy or on a bike. I guess you can at least get away with a little bit of cover on that one, but it does seem as though he's going to be a little bit more careful now going forward. You can see he's already pre-marked up a place to get to. So he's got, he's got the Scar, he's got a UMP. I imagine he's fine, level 3 vest, so he got away with something there. Yeah,
he's just bailed on that sniper, and he didn't actually know what's in there. Unless he's going to try and turn and face, pull up somewhere, get out, get stim back up, and get topped up to full health, and then work your way back to it. I mean, obviously no one knows what's in it, but it's a damn good crate. We saw Ninja as well, who's just playing the waiting game, playing the Lone Ranger, hoping somebody will just creep on over and he can take them down as well. Because if you actually kill somebody off, when you go over there, not only do you have the crit to yourself, but you've also got the body, you've got the stims, you've got whatever else that player left. As we now move over to Kirby Llama's POV, and we're hearing some bullets dinking on the... In fact, that was the car from previous. So he's getting shot at once again, so...
He's just driving around in the open. He hasn't found much cover either. Again, you are going to see Boom going in for the crate, so he might be able to get away with this one. Yeah, that's a new crate, excuse me. Yeah, so that's brilliant for Boom. Again, I'm not sure what's in there. We'll have to find out, but the crunch is going to happen on the circle now. People are going to have to move themselves in. And you're going to see Hayes racking up the kills. Not too surprising. Boom, what did you get away with? I'm not too sure. I didn't see any additional guns, maybe. Maybe he's not gone for it yet. But yeah, new circle, centralizing towards the map. Not a bad way to go about things, to be fair. I'm glad it's not half in the water or anything like that. So for now, all is well on the Western Front. No more kills coming in just yet. Boom's getting a little angsty. Might be going to have a little look around, see if anyone's close by, and get back in that car that he's hidden so nicely.
I like how he's actually parked it perfectly away, and down comes the crate. It's finally landed next. Has he seen it? Please tell me he can.
He's probably waiting for it to drop, or he's... What? Boom? Boom?
He doesn't see it.
He's not...
He doesn't see it.
That was a freebie.
It landed on his head.
That was an absolute freebie. I'd love to see what was in that just for the sake of it, but still down the line, that can be something to go back to. Chappie right now is... What have we got? Painkillers up 3 helmet. M249. It's a Marmite sort of gun, I guess.
Does he have a level 1 on though? I think he has a level 2 helmet. But still, as you mentioned, level 3 though. It's the biggest upgrade you can get when you talk in terms about armor and such, but that feels really bad, man. That literally...
I was just talking about how good Boom is, and he's like, nah, I'm just going to 4x3 this. He's obviously not in 4x3, as you can see, but, gotta love it. All right, readjustment shots coming through. Got to be careful on this one. Nice adjustment, though. Good little hill cover, and he's going to spot someone out. That's got to be a kill every day of the week. What's going on here? Bit of an awkward switcher. Oh! My word, and yeah, that was Stone Mountain taking down Boom. A bit of an awkward switch out there, do excuse us on that one, but Boom did die. So the awkward switch, the having the wrong gun out, that's a rookie error. He shouldn't be making these. That's the nerves, but here's Big Boy Break, playing the Bushwookie. Break, why do you like this?
He's just chilling, he's happy. He's going to put a lead on the side as well to make sure he's fully covered up, put his bag in there and get himself tucked in. But yeah, you mentioned about Boom. He took the aggressive stance, 110%. He heard the dink on the car, so he dived out. He's like, all right, you're going to shoot at me, fam. I'll give you a piece of this. Unfortunately, Stone Mountain says, not today, my young child. Takes him down. He gets another kill. Unfortunately, he will be pushed back out to wait to the next server. Meanwhile, Break, well, he's just going to sit here. Why not? What gears he got? Let's have a quick look.
M4 and 6, full auto. He's fine enough here right now.
He's happy days.
So Shaq is one of the players you probably don't watch as often. Let's put it that way. But again, we'll see what he can bring to this. UMP looks relatively well geared. You'd hope so at this point. What is this play? And there's the guy coming back in from the island. So that's not too surprising. He's taken a long time to get back off this. He's going to be going chunked through. So hopefully he's given himself enough time to actually get back on this one. The blue is going to be doing a lot of damage at this point, and you're kind of banking on getting a car as well, which is the next layer to this strategy. The circle isn't perfect for him either, so you are hoping you find a car on this road. There are likely spawns, not 100% spawns. There aren't even them in there, but it's not even a high spawn chance at this point, so he's got to be very aware of that.
I'll tell you what, I'm really hoping he's got plenty of meds, because he's got, when he approaches this island, unless he's got a car, he has got a lot of ground to cover. He absolutely 100% needs... Oh, a little bit of an engagement going on. We'll see Steve-O catching one player out in the open. We'll get some shots, try and tag him up. That one player is going to dive back behind a tree, and so be it. But yeah, you just look at that. One helmet and one chest. That could be dangerous, because if that player's got an AKM, that is going to hit really, really hard. That helmet's going to get cracked. He's going to get taken down. Not entirely sure what the opposing player has.
It's not even about that. He's got the circle. That's the one bonus. If he has patience, Vikkstar could be in trouble. Now, again, it is patience. It is a little bit of that. You've got to hope they don't have nades or just connect that lovely kind of followed shot where you get that perfect spray down. He's got the scar as well, Vikkstar. So a possibility. He's going to make the move. He knows he has to. The blue's going to come in and a whiff. Steve-O hit the damn shot, my man. You had the angle. Vikkstar's found new cover, adjusting slowly as he goes, but he does need to move eventually. He can stim through it. There's no rush, but if Steve-O has patience, the frag should be his.
I think he is as well, because he's checking all his corners, make sure no one's creeping up behind him, and so be it. He will opt to move down the hill now. I like this player get a little bit further in. If Vikkstar hasn't seen exactly where he is...
Look who's watching from the town. There's other players nearby.
I didn't even see that. So there's someone in... Oh, there's someone in the compound as well. So he needs to be careful himself.
Yep.
See, that player hasn't actually moved, though, so he's not seen him. He might now be going out into the open. But yeah, that's going to be Danzen. If Vikkstar's in a really rough spot. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not going to get pushed by this hill. It's not... This initial circle here is not going to do a great deal of damage. You don't have to be forced out of it, but he's got eyes on the prize. If he moves forward, Danzen could be giving him a bit of a welcome party here.
Yeah, and it looks as though Steve-O's completely unaware of what's happened as well. He's readjusted and kind of lost track of where the players were. You can see the Cloud9 guys racking up the kills. Again, something I predicted at the start of the day, that they're going to be doing pretty well. And it does seem as though Gassy Mexican's gone down, a bit of another streamer, a bit of a personality. You will see a bit of a definition between the kind of more hardcore players in this, but this is Lex we're on board with here. So one of the Mythic guys, used to LAN environments, shouldn't be too nervous here, should be able to kind of control himself and keep himself here. Daz as well for the Noble guys. Incredibly good rating, but then again, I was talking about Boom earlier and we saw what happened, so, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Not only did he miss a crate, but he then got smacked by Stone Mountain as they're walking up. But I'll tell you what, I'm getting a bit triggered by how many people have got level 3 helmets. I don't usually find as many as what some of these players are doing, even in the most wild and just abandoned areas. You're seeing these level 3s coming out of top. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can spawn everywhere, but it's mental. It's absolutely mental. Scar in hand, just chilling away, waiting for someone to creep on by, and this is the solo game. This is all about the late game end. Because you've got to remember how many points are on the line. All right, you get points from killing people, but it's really that late game.
Once you get into the top 50s, which we're aiming at, it goes from 50 points to 60 and then up. 70 is like 30 players remaining. At 20, you start looking at 90 points. So again, it's longevity. Here's Daz again, a relatively well-known player as well, if you're kind of part of the scene. Out in the open, though, he's going to hit the card. Where's that full auto? Show me what you got here. Going to go to the UMP. Interesting choice. I guess you can spam it. Maybe an extended mag. Switches up to the 4 times. Has a little look. But already the player's gone. Nothing more to be seen from that one.
It also depends how much ammunition he's got kicking in the back. Maybe he wants to save it on the 5.56. It does take up quite a lot of room. And you know what? There are plenty of time. Oh, Vikkstar still out in no man's land. I don't think Tinkerbell has actually seen him, though, because he's just on the death-led side of that hill, so Vikkstar's still going to be able to get away with his life. Tinkerbell's just going to chill here. The smoke grenade coming out and see what she's actually up to. Is she going to make a play? Probably not.
All right, so again, you can see Cloud9. I really hope we get to catch up with where these guys are and where they're playing from. Not too relevant right now, because the circles will become a bit of a factor soon. And Break already getting his first kill on the board. So the kind of more favored players are starting to kick into duty. This is where right now, so again, He's been a loot goblin. He's got 50 bandages. I don't think he needs that many, but he only has a Vector, so what is his play? I don't know how he's ended up with such, limited loot, but he's made it work, clearly. I'm not going to dispute that, but here's Vikkstar. Level 3, level 1 vest. But again, the capacity coming in from the vest is pretty nice anyway, but he's got the Car 98 on his back, Scar in hand, running into the circle. He's got a player behind him, but these are the engagements you almost don't want to take. If you're the player behind him, you can't go through this fight while escaping from that blue. Bear in mind that it does get a little bit close on that sort of aspect. You've got to be careful. It does take a while to run through these areas. He's
going to be able to take quite a lot of damage as well. And with the pan on the back, if you're shooting him, you've got to make sure that you shoot him dead center, because that thing's going to be blocking his ass. Still running away, though. He doesn't have the greatest of sight. It's only a red dot on the cap. unless you're going to be up close.
Right? That's an upgrade thing that you can have. But bear in mind as well, now keep your eyes on the map and how this crunches together. It takes about almost 3 minutes to run across a full square, the 1,000 meters in this one. And you're going to see the kills coming through. Lex now kicking in, Oshi's still kicking. The guys that we saw it at the start, but Scream's going to be watching Daz go by, and you're going to see this battle really commencing. Two players opposite each other. Hotid's still alive too, so this could be a fun one. He's already eyeing this one up, clearly aware there's a player nearby. Maybe the step's giving it away, maybe not. But Squisha here working his way in. He's gone for the long haul. He's got a run to make. That'll take about, I guess, a minute to go through, so he's got to have a bit of stim there and hope that keeps him alive and well. But Hotid has to be careful. There's an opponent right nearby. You make noise, you expose yourself to the wrong angle, you're screwed.
They know exactly where each other are. There's going to be play these windows. I mean, unless you're going to get a very cheeky headshot on that opponent, it's going to be difficult. Honestly, I'd prefer him just to sit back. I mean, it all depends how you want to go. You mentioned earlier on about the bobbing and weaving, never standing still in this. Now, I didn't realize he'd gone for the crate. Yeah. That's an M24. I take it all back. If he cracks this guy in the face, it's good night, Vienna, my friend. And that's why he's applying this one. That's why he's waiting. Oh, tags him up. That is some disgusting damage. 84 damage is always achieved with the M24, so you can see it chunk him down. Need to follow up. That'd be lovely. Oh, that's a special throw. Hotid. I think he just got a little, because he was cooking it for so long. It was just, all right, I'm just going to throw this out the window so I don't kill myself. But yeah, that's a nice switch there over towards Ascara as well. You know that the opposing players can be a little passive now, a little bit more scared, a little bit more nervous. And he has to be very careful. But we're down to 41 players. And look at the circle, guys. Remember, if you're playing this at home, you know there's not normally this many people alive in these circles. Look at this. There's players absolutely everywhere. The outskirts are going to be kicking off. It's going to be setting on fire as we speak. And seeing the kills coming in towards the south there as they're working their way back in. Hotid's still just trying to stay alive, try and be smart about this. But again, fights will be breaking out everywhere right about now. If I had the player on the other side, I'd be obviously pushing that circle, waiting till it forces Hotid out of the way. Because fair enough, he does have a scar, as you mentioned. But that M24, if you can kill this guy, not only do you take a very dangerous player out of the game, but you pick up a very nice reward in the form of that sniper rifle. Two players, Chipsy versus, I believe it's CTN. We actually saw down in the kill feed looking there. Oh, this is a good adjustment here from Vigstar. Was the guy playing against having the blue, you know, kind of being a bit of a nuisance towards him, but the guy who's just going kind of aiming towards is already in a scuffle. There's two players around the area. Vic needs to keep moving, get to the high ground, but look, because he's been holding his breath, taking the shots, he can't sprint at full speed. He needs to let it regen for a sec, but again, he's close to the circle. He's got the slow-moving circle on his side. If you guys don't know, obviously, the smaller the side of the circle you're on, it has to close at the same time, so it moves slower than the large slide. So here's the kills. There's Drifter going down. There's Danson going down. Again, it's coming down to the real competitive players. 36 now remain, and they've got to be careful of these extremities on the map. This is a nice battle here as well. Break, let's see what you've got. Awkward to play out, but there's that spray we're discussing. Great connection, goes back in under. Oh, Chipsy just got destroyed. That is stunning work from Break. Under the car, he knew he was going to fall back for cover. That is what it's about. He can just snap to those players, and we mentioned, you know, you've been talking about it for ages about the spray. He absolutely does the damage while the player stood there, pops out for a second time. That player thinks that he's safe. Unfortunately, the bullets, they come flying through thick and fast underneath that UAS, and he is dead. Break now, just allowed to get his bearings, get any health back that he may have lost earlier on in the game, and just really get ready for oncoming problems, because he's in the circle, but he's inside a shack, and people know there's always a cheeky beaver just waiting here. What do they call those shacks? They call them... Twitch chat can help us out. Hopefully the boy shacks or something. Lyric once told me. I don't know. I wouldn't call Break that to his face, but he can't hear me right now. So, you know, got to get it while I can. Now, the point is, he's a little low on ammo, though. 40 on the extended with 20 in the bag, but Shaq is taking down Sweater. So actually, Cloud9, who are huge advocates and huge players of the third person, aren't coming into their own. But, oh, my word, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? Car's blowing up. You're in the blue as well. This guy is living outside of the circle constantly. This is a strat, sure, but it's not one that I like. The 4 times on this range is still fine. You're still good, but you need that kill and fast, and you need to go that direction. You've got to move. Ninja standing possibly in his way. He's going to keep backing up, playing it smart, playing the time, but gets caught in his heels. Look at the damage coming in. This is dangerous. He's going to have to get some stems. He's going to have to use some meds, which he's doing now. First aid kit will come in. It's found its target. He's going to whip out his gun as well. That thing is on single fire, M16. But he does have that shotgun to turn to if this player gets super hyper-aggressive upon him. He knows he can keep this player pinched back, though. Here comes the push. Ninja moving on forward into the blue. This is super aggressive. He knows that this guy has to heal up because he's just doing so much damage to him. Counter push. This is so nice. He's trying to use the deflate, trying to use the smoke to keep himself within cover as long as possible. Running line of sight
with the tree. This is Evermore, the guy who went out to the spawn island, and he wants this frag and he needs it. Spots him on the left, looks to the right. Still trying to play off that 4 times. I'm all about that third, hip fire coming in almost, but we'll see if he can make it stick. He's got good gear, good loot. Another nade comes through, a little nervous, a little worried. Got to be careful now.
We will try and get that engagement back in just a second to show you guys how that one does play out, though. Several people now. Here we go. Unfortunately, 2 players. They will meet each other. Look how many people did just die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scoom also takes down another player. Everyone at the moment.
He's going in with a shotgun. He has to. It's now or never. He needs to let. Oh, he's done it. He's actually done it. Ninja, you've got to be gutted. And look how far out of the circle this guy is. How is he still alive? I do not know. But somehow he's still standing.
And I believe he's also got Ninja's car, so he kills him, takes his buggy, and he's going to carry on. So this is Evermore. This is the guy who started all the way up on the spawn island. He went back there, and now he's coming in for the late game. Now, the bigger question is, how many meds does he have? He's turning up to the late game, but he's turning up fully tanked up. Will he even make it? Does he have the meds to do it? His health's dropping.
He's dead.
He doesn't.
That's what you get.
After all that.
Ninja revenge from the grave. But there it is. You're going to see these kills coming back and forth now. This is going to get really, really busy. 18 alive. Very tight circle. Shots come through. Curvy Llama's doing brilliantly, by the way. I think she was coupled up with Gassy Mexican during the main tournament, but she's coming to own, taking down Sai Syndicate, for example, a well-known player, so good stuff. But there's Moleman again, the guy who went Millie Island, got the Car 98, known for that sniping ability, as I mentioned at the start. He's landing him out, headshots here and there, but we know that cover's no good. Keep moving up the hill, but there's the spot from Steve-O. Nice work there, high ground advantage, works well.
He does get his first kill on the board, but he's getting dinked up himself. I think he's going to fall down. There's someone completely just laying him. He's going to jump on the floor.
Tony, let's go.
Stoner, that's amazing. That's another kill for him. I'd like to see his POV. We can get it. Here's just creeping around on the circle side. There is a crate out there, but you're not going to be going out there because it's going to annihilate you.
Let's talk about circle play. Hayes is playing this correctly. The slow side of the circle. Didn't explain it before, but now we can. He's playing it so essentially the circle will close slowly from that aspect of it. So you get more time. You don't need to rush. You don't need to just kind of run through open ground. You can take a little bit of a second. So this is nice play in the north.
But there is a little bit of a negative side to doing that. A lot of people will also do the same.
Absolutely.
You look on that map, there are 3 people about to meet one another. I would not like to be that one person who is crunched between 2 others because they're just going to approach in. That slow side is where you want to be.
Hotted.
Still alive. How?
It depends where he pulls up now. Lex is in the battle over there. You can see them now utilizing the cover, but that's not where the circle is, and that's going to be moving in again, forcing these players to take these fights. Curvy Llama finally goes down. Hotted just locks himself in. I think Break's pretty close by to him, unless he went the other way around. And we're going to see Lex still alive. That's the LAN experience you want to see from the CS players coming through here. That card's a little vulnerable. I'd be a little cautious. The high ground is littered with players. Break's behind. You're going to see him lighting this one up soon. But Hotted is looking for that next victim.
We're now moving into your top 10, and everyone's collapsing in. The final circle has landed on the south side. Solid FPS, the only 1 player in there. Stood is on the slow side.
Why is Hotted moving north? He's moving away from the circle just for the fight?
Potentially. I mean, he might want some points. Well, if I'm not going to win it, I'll at least take some more and grab some free points. And yeah, I agree. It's a little bit obscure. But
the pan of safety! How is he alive? Oh, Breaks punished him. There it is. You don't get away with that pan action for long.
Was that 3 bullets?
That was 3 dings off the back of it. That's ridiculous. Jesus. But Break's still up. I think Lex is still alive too. They're further towards the south. That's the next fight probably coming in here. Break's got the cover for now, but he needs to move soonish. Spots the cross. That's probably Lex. It is. Lovely play coming out from him. Utilizing third person. I hate to say it. Whether you love it, hate it, he's doing it well. 8 kills into top 7 now. This is where it gets serious. He's got good cover and good reposition. The northern players who took the slower side of the circle now need to adjust as well. But here's solid FPS coming through as well for Cloud9. He's in the battle, sprays in, lovely connection too.
Picks up a 4th, and I'll tell you what, you might not like the Shacks, but Break is loving life. I believe that was 8 kills now as we move into our top 5 players. SKS, AKM in hand here as we see solid FPS's POV. Does have a few meds. I think he's completely stimmed up, but he takes a bullet to the brain. Down he goes. Moleman with the AKM. He is dead. See you later, my friend. And now Break is allowed to move in. Liquid Haze is also playing the circle.
He's got so much coming in. This is great for Break, though. He can play this well. He can get whatever position he wants. He doesn't know this, obviously. He's got some free loot to pick up if he needs it, which is probably the 5.5 that he's missing right now. And he's looking only 7.6, but he can switch up to it. He's got the AK. That's fine. He's just got that geared M416. But top 3, the crunch comes in. Where's the cover going to be? Where's that next circle? This could be everything. Break's playing it well, looking around. It's to his left. It's fine. They're going to have to cross to him, and there's some rocks as a lovely spot. But I think he might caught a glimpse of one, maybe, not sure. But again, this is what matters. Top 3. Who's left alive here? We've got Break still standing, a couple of the others, but they're mostly towards the northwestern side. Who's going to be the one to cross first? He's got the probably least distance to traverse.
He's so
here.
aware of those rocks.
But here we go. Look at this. This is such a nice position as well, coming out from Hayes. Liquid player here, going to move himself in as well. He's got a very short amount of distance, but he's open to 2 players. Shaka only running with a UMP. This could be an issue. He can't take long-range fights. He's got to wait for the other engagements. And oh, Hayes has got to have seen Break there. He's got to have had visuals, unless somehow he missed it. No, Break's out in the open. He's got his back to the blue, but he's playing it patient. Hayes, are you kidding me?
He's got to see him, surely.
But he's in the circle. He's going to let the other 2 fight it out and then pick off the victor. A smart, patient play from Hayes. Let's see if he has that trigger discipline or can Break somehow do this. Shaka does have a rifle. Bodies littered everywhere. And the boosters could come in. Boost up, get as many meds in you as you can, and play it out smart. Look at the patience. Break's dying to get into. You can see him chomping at the bit. Shaka prone down. But both of them need to get to the circle. Shaka can spot Break. Hayes can spot both. Break will have to fight against the odds here if he fancies this.
Tank the Red Bull and let's go. Here we go then. 10 seconds now moving to that hill will begin to collapse. The circle will get tighter, but as you mentioned, only 1 player is in there. That's going to be Hayes, just waiting, chilling. These players more than likely going to spot each other. 1 player, if you look at the radar, they are now looking at one another. They're not, they're actually separating. Oh, this is... Who's going to take the first hit? Hayes is in such a great position.
Hayes will wait. He has no need to engage here. Shaka's taking damage. Break's in the engagement now as well. Taking the fight on the cross. Nice work from Break. But Hayes already knows his position. Hayes can open up whenever. And here it is, 4 times out. The whiffs. No, the SKS. We know it's inconsistent. You've got to land those. Break now can hear this. He knows where it's coming from. He needs the fight. He's going to take it. Nade to hand, though. This could be it.
UK on UK. Here goes the grenades. He's throwing him in. He's going to let Break just push it aggressively. Throws one.
Break's got the circle. He's got the circle on his side.
He's looking at the rocks. He doesn't know where he is. This is his POV. Oh, there we go. He finally just catches the head of him as he will now get into that cover. So, but he's still going to move. He's still going to...
He has to take the fight. He has to move this. The circle is on Break's side. He knows that. He's got cover. Limited meds on the other side. Not many boosters. Break's already into the good cover now. He can just sit back, relax, and you know he's going to deliver. Nade to the first. 30 seconds now remain. Bear in mind, there's thousands on the line for this kill. Hayes only has a tree and an open road. Welcome to the highway to hell as Break is on the other side. And now we wait 20 seconds. Patience plays for both. And you can see the stim, the work coming in here from Break. He needs to take his time. He has no need to push, no need to rush.
To do anything.
He is fine here. Hayes needs to land back-to-back headshots. A level 3 helmet is still going to tank so much. It's going to be so tricky for Hayes to win this. It's all in pretty much Break's hands here. A couple of shots, though. He's teasing him, he's toying him, keep him in check, and here he comes. The spray. We know he's known for it. No connection yet, though. Nice work from Hayes. Oh, maybe he can do this. Break just takes down Hayes in the end. 11 kills. Outstanding play from the man. We know he's known for this ability. He had the circle, he had the advantage, and he has the first official victory here at Gamescom.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. TSM take first blood as we see it there on screen. Amazing stuff coming out of Brick. We knew how good this guy was going to be coming into this competition. UK on UK for the final one-on-one enclosure, though. Impressive. He did whiff a couple of shots, though. It could have gone either way.
Every other day of the week, you'd have probably seen him land that clean, but you could see a little shake, you could see a little moment. But credit to Hayes as well. He had great positioning throughout that, kept the mentality right. We saw a lot of the Mythic players doing quite well. Lex especially was definitely a highlight for me. But yeah, all in all, outstanding work from Break. I think if anyone doubted what he can do, if he said, you know, oh, he's only good at first person, oh, this and that, it's, you know, it doesn't make a difference. He's turned up and he's delivered. He showed exactly what you can expect from this team. 11
kills is a big number of its points as well. You know, it's not only kills, but that's a shed load of points to throw it on top of his 500 that he's made from the win. And fair enough, he got a fair few out of the shack. We're not going to let him get away with that one, but it's solos. Who gives it down?
55 points
Whatever
for 11
works.
kills. 55 points for that. I don't think
5-5-5.
anyone else was even close for the win. 500 points, of course. Brilliant work from the man. Very impressed. But I think the end circles here were absolutely lovely to watch too. Considering how this all started, how it's all ended, I think, you know, the next games to come, people learn as they go. This is the first official they played out here. Teams have been warming up, obviously. But yeah, that was a lovely start to this one.
It's insane how Hayes is sat one side of the road. with the circle advantage. And within seconds, the circle jumps into Break's hands, and he sat there behind a rock. Bring it on, boy. You want a piece of this? You've been waiting on me, but now I can wait on you.
Let's be honest though, Hayes, he took Break so far down, considering Hayes didn't have many boosters either, and Break had a lot to stim up and sustain a lot. He had level 3, so what, that reduces almost 50% damage pretty much around that marker. So again, he was soaking up damage. Hayes played very well to even get him that low. That's like, everything was in Break's hands there, but again, credit to Hayes for being that close to it. Thoroughly well played. And here we go. We can have a little look down the kills as well, the points, the standing, and here it is. Massive lead. Hayes, though, played very well. Liquid having a great showing here. Stoda, Lex, good stuff from them. I also have to say, I was kind of curious who he was, the Korean player working his way back in from the blue. The guy's actually very well known for his play coming in from Overwatch too. This guy is a very well-known player. So again, you can expect this guy to be delivering on all fronts. But yeah, great work coming out.
Hoyd makes me laugh. M24, 0 kills, but still 180 points. Survival and being at the top of that list, that's the key. That's what you want to do. I tell you what, Breaker gives himself such a buffer now. 555, that's insane. If you wanted to be super critical, I mean, mega critical, at the end when you were looking at Hayes, he threw a lot of grenades in the wrong direction. If he would have held for a second, maybe he could have thrown them at Break when he was hiding behind the rock. But hey, that's us just giving and guessing. We can say whatever. I believe we actually have an interview down on the floor with Break. So let's throw it over to Cameron. Cameron, how's it going, my dude?
Going great, thank you very much. And I am, in fact, joined by Break, our very first winner here of this best of 3 series. You have a couple more games coming up, but of game 1, he did take the first place spot. Now, when we were talking earlier, you were telling me that you were actually pretty nervous. How are you feeling now?
A little bit more relaxed, but I'm still shaking. I think it's more adrenaline than anything.
So, the very beginning of the game, we saw that near the end, the circle ended up towards like the southeast of school in that area. Where did you drop in the beginning, and how did the first couple of circles affect your game plan?
I kind of made it up as I went along. I dropped ruins. I didn't really get much stuff, and I saw a load of people go Georgia Paul at the beginning. And then, as I killed the first guy, I don't know who he was, I knew that if I made my way around to the bridge, people would be coming in late, and I could kill him, and I think I got Moondie doing that. And then luckily Moondie brought a bike, and then I used the bike to get in the circle. And then third person, you just kind of stay in the shack and hope for the best, really. Hope that nobody comes.
You did end up with quite a number of kills, which they do give you a couple of points, not quite as much as winning, but with getting first place, as well as the number of kills that you did, forgive me, I don't know the exact amount. 11 kills. 11 kills. How comfortable does that make you into the next couple of games?
Not at all. I might die in the first next game. There's a lot of RNG in Battlegrounds. I was lucky, I feel. A lot of good players. Another day could have easily killed me. But yeah, I think I got quite lucky. I think anybody that wins this, they're going to be a good player, but they're going to have luck on their side, and I just had luck on my side that game.
Well, the luck on the side is the reason why we have multiple games coming into this. If there is one player, however, that you had to look for as, I guess, your biggest opponent in the solos, do you have one in mind?
Dr. Disrespect. No. Nobody really. I think, again, everybody on their day can kill me. Anybody. It doesn't matter. If they're in a better position through RNG, anybody can kill me. I'd have to go with my boys. Anyone from TSM I don't want to go up against, you know?
I personally think you're being too humble, because 11 kills kind of contradicts that previous statement. But that is going to be it for us right now. We're going to go to a small little break while we get ready for game number 2 in the first series here of solos at Gamescom.
Get back in that car that he's hidden so nicely.
I like how he's actually...
gambles here. The chance is higher that it should work out for you.
I mean, maybe it's just because it was on the line, but we didn't really see any school play. We didn't see any melee base.
Yep.
We saw one person just kind of trolling along on his own. Quite a few people obviously moving over to Ganka, but, excuse me, not Ganka, over on Georgia Pole, but we expected it because that's pretty much where the plane came in, just above it, so everyone could drop down. But those people, they run into a firing squad because this is moving into that circle, its position. Everyone's shifting on in. It pretty much just landed below the flight path, which kind of caused some problems early on. Within, I'm not going to say the exact values, but it wasn't too long before we were down underneath halfway.
Yeah, I do actually want to talk about that circle play. I really hope we move on from this, but the edge of the circle play being a factor, I think, again, this is where like lower tier players, I think, will blame RNG a lot and go, oh, but the circle was bad for me. I had to run from X to Y, but you put yourself on an edge of a circle, which will always then have a possibility of, you know, in an extreme case, the way the break and haze thing played out, it goes to the other side, right?
Yeah.
So you have to run twice as far through everyone who's set up. I prefer, and I like players to play quite centralized. Even if it's in buildings, if it's just using terrain to their advantage or whatever it is, I prefer to see more players going for that aspect. But you can see we're back into this. Enough of us talking smack. And actually talking of smack, I want to see better things from you and Vis and all the other TSM boys, because Breaks just set the bar. I'm going to see Ghost breaking through that ceiling. Again, we're looking at the North Americans. Where are they at? So Scooter's already flaming me for back in UK sort of esports coming back. You know what? Let's see if a North American team can maybe get into the top 2.
Let's see how it goes this time
Let's see how
round.
they've got it.
Game number 2 is about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tweet the stream, use the hashtag Battlegrounds. Get involved online on social media. Make sure you're following PU Battlegrounds on Twitter and Play Battlegrounds on Facebook also. And if you have a look at the ESL Pug account, there'll be plenty of dank memes and random trash coming out of that from the meme lords themselves. Up in the cage, the social media team that I have a better time I'm a part of. And it's dangerous in that room. You go in and things happen. Sometimes not good things.
Why does that sound threatening?
It feels like it. When memes are being created, there are a lot of choice words said, and it's dangerous. Anyway, enough about that. More about this game.
Enough about my private memes.
Moving into the meme section.
Dear Lord.
We'll see if any memes can be made. I want to see a pan kill. Speaking of a meme. Someone gets a pan kill.
That's actually why I call myself Pansy. I was just able to see 10 years into the future and you know what? Love a bit of that.
Somebody added you that, surely, and you stole it. I'm not letting you have that one. They did, didn't they? They did!
Don't know what you mean.
Knew it.
All right, boys, let's see what flight path we are on. Let's see what destination we are going to, because that defines everything here. And okay, is this across the middle? Okay, it's a slightly north twist to it. So this keeps in mind now for me, who goes to the Roshok area, school area, the edge of George for the likely car spawns. This means that Georgia Pole's a hotspot. Yes, Naya's a hotspot. But for me, if I was playing this, Novo, Millie-based, Mill to Power are where I'd be eyeing up. But look at the density of players dropping towards Georgia Pole.
A lot of people are going to be moving up to top George. We've got north there with all the towers. Plenty of people moving down south as well. As you mentioned, Roshok could be a hotspot. We're going to scope in just a little bit more. Make sure we show you exactly where these people are going to be dropping. Naya could be a huge pocket of players. Also,
Pachinki is still available as well. You can do the longer flight to Pachinki, so keep your eyes. You can see most people heading south. Look at this play. Everyone's pushing southerly. So this could make the school pretty busy as well. Pachinki, the places that I actually detest, might have some action. Yes, Naya's got a good couple, a few heading further north. And Smack, let's have a little look at Flom. Smack towards the north. We've got a Zaki play coming in. We've got the slow West Coast play. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Serenity or Oshi over there. Oshi's actually on that West Coast, as said, loves that side of things. You got Cat, another Survivor Games victor, going a little bit on Central. And here is the place that Shroud has called his own. It is the school, and that is him awkwardly stuck and falling, and actually not taking damage. How have you managed that?
Dancer's going to try and find a gun. If you can find a shotgun inside school early game, that gun will absolutely tear opponents apart. 2 rooms and no gun whatsoever. Oh, no, that's going to be a vest. Picks up the level 1, still looking for this gun. Come on, give the man a gun. Oh, there we go. That's an AKM. So now the AKM, it does so much damage to people who are undergeared.
Yeah, 48 damage overall anyway is the general thing for 7.6. And then you get down to like the 41 for the 5.5, which has got a bit of both. For me, get that full auto staying here. You don't want the M16, excuse me, at this point. Just because it's single fire, you can go up to burst. Even preference should tell you that you want the full auto in this close quarter combat. You're already seeing a couple of kills come in, mostly with pistols and lighter tier weapons. You know, it's not going to be massive, and there's the full auto coming through. You can see him just cycling through it. He should be trying to get a little bit more, but again, this is kind of what you expect from school. Very light gear.
That's going to be Cross. Unfortunately, the first man to fall straight out of the gates is going to be down to Interrogate. One of our players is actually over 3K rating on the servers right now, so certainly a dark horse who we did mention previous to this, opting to move over to poolside, try and get this one, and fair enough, it looks like he's only going to be a one-on-one over here at school, so not too much action. Meanwhile, in no man's land, Nozuk's just trying to find somewhere.
He's running away from, I think, Pachinki, so I'm a fan of this. Flee the scene. Run for your lives.
Trying to stay alive.
To be fair, there are likely car spawns at the end of the kind of T-junction that comes through there for cars. So again, he could be eyeing up maybe going further south. But we do need to check in and see where the circle now is. We need to see if anyone's gone for those long, risky routes. You can see there's caution being aired here towards the score. And I like this. Okay, so 2 players heading down towards Amelie Island. Great choice from Drassel there, the LG player, the new Nazi guy. Moleman's doing it again. Clearly a favorable move from him. You're going to see Evermore playing the outskirts. The long drop coming through from him. He did the early parachute pop, so just landing now. So this is very spread out. We've got a nice circle. It's not too polarizing. It still plays to the drop that we saw. It's just going to force people to move slightly further south.
We're starting to see some flash. Another player does go down. Just missed that one as we change POV, unfortunately. So one player has gone down. And that's Ninja who's going to pick up that kill. We're seeing a lot of shots down here, though, on the coastline.
Is that the bridge crunch?
That is. It's a bit of a bridge crunch. Everyone coming out of Lighthouse and moving around. 3 players. That's going to be all over the yellow house as well. And we do know the yellow houses, they've got surprise. They've got presence in there. But with the density of solos, a lot of people do tend to drop. And they have moved down for that early play. We'll bring up the map and show you exactly more where, because while people are looting like this, we'll just try and build the storyline and show you where people are going, where we're expecting them to go on, and so on and so forth. Still early days, few players dead. We're going to see Sweater.
On the bridge. That's pretty risky from Sweater.
I'd be worried about who's at the end of this bridge.
It's not even that. Like, if you've got millibaits and then fallen back, you shouldn't be even kind of aware of that yet. There shouldn't be people camping the other side. It's more that you're moving into people who've gone early to the millibase. So you're going to see a couple of kills. Cat managed to find a kill again, the partner of Size Syndicate from the very early Survivor games, managed to beat Sacriel at the very end there. That was the victory many, many years ago. But yeah, Sweat actually could just play this spot in theory. He could wait for them to cross back over, but again, the circle doesn't mean they will likely cross this side of the bridge.
I don't even think he's got a gun. I really think
there's a lot of outskirts around here.
Oh!
Ow.
Rip.
Adren just got...
Adren's dead.
Look at the face. Just eyes on the face there. Adren, what's happened, buddy?
Great catch there.
North American CS in its prime.
Comes in with the M16 and down he goes. And now I'm just going to take your stuff, my friend. Thank you very much.
That's what you get for
going
to Pachinki.
Yeah, you don't like this, do you?
Hate Pachinki.
Not a fan. Anyone else in Pachinki with him, or is it just him? I think we'll have a look in a second. I believe it's just this man. So
2 others over here.
Oh, I didn't even see on the map. What's it going to look in? How ignorant of me. So 1 person over by farms. Oh, and we've got a crate. What's in this? That's going to be...
Is that a Groza? Yeah.
That is a Groza. Now, the Groza is a disgusting weapon because not only is it...
beast.
Yeah, not only does it fire 7.62, it's basically an AKM, but the accuracy and the fire rate is insane. It's insanity.
Yeah. So if you played like any other game that has like an SMG in it with the high... How's that Groza? Yeah, quit out real quick. We definitely didn't see it. Just quit out. It's fine. It's fine. Just... What was that, level 3 vest?
Please don't tell me Sakish is going to pick up it. Oh, no.
Oh, did he go past and not see it?
That'd have been hilarious. Oh, God.
You just love to see it, don't you?
Oh, God.
You just love to see it. That's made me incredibly happy.
Cameraman, thank you very much.
That's the content we're after here, if I'm completely honest. And there's Sakish, the guy from the early interviews. But look at this fight. Is he... Ooh, he's second guessed. Why did you stop? Keep going.
Why is he paused?
I'm terrified watching this.
What's he doing? Run!
He's
going to go for it? He's going to engage it.
If that buggy had a horn, you'd be hearing the toot-toots coming out. The little toot-toot. It doesn't have one, sadly. Only the others do. So, you know, it's a real shame. Maybe you could have a little bit of the Grimm's Dr. Disrespect action going on there. Reddit, but...
Now, the thing is with this, it's a really unorthodox player. That player will have been watching to where the buggy went, and now he knows, okay, well, I heard it, definitely heard it stop because the buggies are loud. The buggies are super loud in this, so you're going to be hearing, okay, he stopped. I've not seen it disappear anywhere, but the player that's in the same compound with him will not have a clue, and this, all right, there's not going to be tons of gear, but late game, this compound,
Stody, though.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Stody's pretty solid at this, though. He'll hunt him down. He'll be methodical, he'll be good. Sodi is one of those gamers that I rate pretty highly. Not someone who comes directly from esports, more of like a Battlefield, a bit of an influencer style thing, but actually very, very talented. And you can see the kind of smoke bait, which I kind of like. Again, covers the sound of footsteps. You can hear it popping now. That will allow him to move further, move closer, because you'll probably expect him to be in the white solo kind of house, almost the single floor one. We've just got to, what was that shot?
I'll take your buggy. See you later, fam. I'm out.
I'm off.
Bye, mate.
And to be fair,
just leave him there.
Sodi's just a thief, all right? I'm trying to hype you up, Sodi, and you've just robbed someone. That's just mean.
I mean, there's many ways to win Battlegrounds, right? And this could be one of them. Couple of little engagements going down. We'll see Xeon taken out by Panda Moo there with the S1897 shotgun. The shotgun does all kinds of damage early on, especially if you have very low tier armor. Like, there's 9 pellets per bullet.
But it also plays very well in third person because you can hold an angle, get the complete view of a player pushing you, and then you have safety to play out and take the one shot. So again, it could work here. I don't like it. Let's see who's getting the kills. Forzen coming in, fighting Panda.
Oshi.
And actually, Oshi killing Gassy. So,
Rip.
You know, the battle on the western front, I guess you can call it, being defined as we speak. So that's going to start coming through. Down to 63 players now. Looking at the circle, not a big factor, but people are getting a little bit braver. We're seeing more kills coming in now.
Just to kind of touch on what you mentioned of a shotguns as well, if it's one thing that people, and I'm surprised they do it, but they really still fall for, it's been funneled into like a hallway. The amount of times you'll stand at a door at the top of a set of stairs and people will still rush you up the stairs. It's like, well, why? I've got a shotgun, you're going to funnel into me and I'm going to blast the living hell out of you every single time.
I like to do the booster bait, is what I like to call it. I place a nice little can of Red Bull, any of the branded drinks.
Oh god,
you know, Monster.
This is like putting cheese in a mousetrap.
It's great.
It's
you put
awful.
it like you go into the nice, the mansion-style house. You put it at the top of the stairs. People just run like, oh, a nice Red Bull, because no one turns down a booster, right?
And you call me awful
and I sit
for being
there.
Pachinki.
It's the best thing in the world. Look, I like to upset players. I never said I didn't like doing that. All right, so guys at home, do it. It's really fun because they get very sad about it.
I bet you've got a shotgun as well, don't you?
No, I don't. I'm not bad at the game, Jesus. And here's your standard Pachinki loot, level 1 vest, and just a bit of going on.
Don't hate on Pachinki.
I'll do what I want. Anger, going to be kicking in. At least a little bit of work from the Mythic boys coming through there. AKM damage certainly being put to work. And, you know, the banana houses are nice. You get, you know, the Kar 98, you get suppressors. It seems like there's a higher rate of spawn in there for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it seems to be the case. God, third person observing like this is just delightful, isn't it? Bloody hell. And there's old Ninja, a bit of a favorite as well.
Up.
Yeah, he's got great gear. Level 3 vest, but it's still in a decent position. So again, it just soaks damage up. That's the main thing with that sort of thing is if you get the vest, if you get the equipment, it will reduce damage received. And the durability is higher. 250, of course, 55% damage reduction, 40 on the lower tier vests. But you're going to see a little bit of battle here. Oshi going to start to eventually get up towards the hill, find a bit of cover. This is a very open area, though. A lot of battles will go down here. The rocks become quite favorable, slightly towards, I guess, the southern side, and they're going to work their way into the circle, but there's already players in cover.
So let me throw this question to you then, Pansy. You look at Ninja now, fair enough, he's got the gear, he's very, very tanked up, he's going to be hard to kill, but shotgun and sniper rifle, night and day, no real... I mean, someone's got to get up close and personal with the SK12, right? But, oh, now he's going to switch out to the AKM. I'm going to ask that because you're looking at 2 different opposite ends of the spectrum there. Very long range, very close range.
We're going to see that lovely Duran Duran moment of Rio, you know, just on the beach, nice boat going down, you know, it's a lovely scene. There is actually a boat behind him too. That was the thing that we saw on the map. And I wonder if this is... No, this is one of the other players, actually. So, again, we're just going to see a little bit of a boat play coming out. I'm hoping we don't see too much water play, if I'm honest. I'm not a fan of people just sitting in there. Nice connections on the shot. So that's going to be from the hill, surely. The Cloud9 player laying it down from the rocks above. But there's the damage coming through to the player we were watching earlier, which was Ninja. He's run into the people in higher, better positions already. You can bang out shots, though. If he's got maybe a 4 times a red dot, I'd rather not see a holo on that AK, but whatever he's got, you can definitely take these buildings, but he has to move into... Oh, you can see the player! He's got cover, though. He's going to play aggressive. He wants this fight. He does have the shotgun, so maybe he can get something going here. Peek in the corner, working his way in. He wants this fight. He's going to play it out smart, though. Listen to the drop. He's heard the drop. He's heard the drop. Oh, God, you've got to be gutted. That is going to be the end. Just a huge deny. Ninja decimates the player who thought he'd be pushing him. The around the world, the rope-a-dope didn't work out that time. But look at Panda creeping in. Has he been spotted? Has he been heard? The battle of the doors, the battle of the shotguns begins.
One player will get away with his life. As you mentioned, that player did try to dupe him out, but unfortunately Ninja was having none of it. He knows his player's round the corner, so he's just going to keep following through. He wants to finish this one off. Will he get this kill though? No! He gets pinched in the head! Down he goes. See you later, Ninja. That's the second time, unfortunately, my man has been chasing a kill, and he has been denied. He is eliminated. That is disappointing. He really wanted the kill, but he was going in. What a shot from that player. I'm not entirely sure. We didn't see which player it was, but that's a headshot. Just dinked him, and he went down.
So let's keep our eyes on the extremities of the circle here. A lot of the TSM players towards the north. Serenity there, probably going to come into contact with Smack and Stoda. Lex having a little battle through still over by Rozhok. But look at this. You've got players right on the outskirts of this map, still having to work their way through the blue. Certainly viable at this point, still works. There's Forzen right there. Twitch chat always loves the Forzen memes. Shouldn't mention his name. They're going to kick off.
He's got plenty of room, though. He can just chill. And we'll get this third-person cam on, show you guys, obviously, at home where people are. Here's, unfortunately, with the shotgun kind of out in the open a little bit and very heavily damaged. So I'm interested to see if he actually even has any meds, because he wasn't healing up in any way, shape, or form.
So at least he's got a vehicle here. Be able to move back into cover. I can imagine it. I don't know what gear he's got. He's got a 416 and decent amount of gear, it seems. I think I see a level 2 vest on him and a level 2 helmet. So he's probably going to move into cover now. He's going down towards what looks like Milter Power, heading down from Lipovka way. So he's going to be getting in towards a circle. Stoda, though, he's in the crates, I can imagine. He might be able to get an angle on this. He's going to have about 4 or 5 shots to land on this car. It depends if he keeps going, if he just guns it here. There's a car right behind him, too, so we're in a bit of a chase, a bit of an awkward fight here, because neither of them want to stop. They're not in the safe zone yet, but you're going to hear the shots just behind as he gets towards the lumberyard.
Stoda still getting tagged up, though, but he did see another player coming down, so he did back off for a second, as you mentioned, lumberyard. Got to be careful moving down this hill, though, because there are so many houses and so many little Harry Potter shacks when you just run down. Don't flip it.
Smashed it.
There we go. Landed it. Fine. But now look at the US. 2 of them just in the middle of the road. He's like, okay, so there's definitely 110% people somewhere in these compounds. Evermore's round the corner. He's driving right into him. This is dangerous. Evermore. He's round the corner. He just nails him as soon as he gets out of the car. His Uber turns up, but unfortunately, the passenger gets dropped off and eliminated. That is so unfortunate.
Look, Evermore's been playing the game that he wants to. He watched it arrive. That was like a special, delivery of whatever he fancied. Get some meds, get some guns. He's good to go. Now, Evermore's a curious player. He likes to play a little bit of a unique style, so we'll keep our eyes on that. But that's a little awkward, isn't it? You're just sat there like, well, what can I do? But you've got a decent 4 times. You've still got the Hollow there. He's got great versatility on now what he can use, level 2s all throughout. So he's actually a really good spot at the moment. You can still see the players who are left up in the north having to work their way back down south, as Evermore will now just be going through all the meds, getting back into boost. He's fine now. He can probably take another fight, but he's just going to be using sound at this point. Milter is going to be littered with players. You can still see them on the extremities. No one's going for these drops, really. That's a lovely one, too. M24, 8 times, level 3 helmet. You almost want to see it, but Forzen just got picked up by Panda. 15 bullets as well. Now, just a real quick one on the 6.86. You shot the double-barrel shotgun before. Now, that has the quickest initial bullet speed out of all the shotguns. There's 25 damage per pellet. That's 9 pellets, and he had as well. He had all the attachments onto it. That gun is a disgusting weapon, but speaking of disgusting weapons, that to me is looking like a fully kitted M4. Yeah, but I think he might have just lost his helmet. I don't think it showed in his inventory, but you can see it on the UI. There it is, half HP. So he's taking a lot of fire, but he has the cover. Flom on the other side is not going to miss shots. So again, you've got 2 very talented players, one more kind of armor to traditional military sim, and then Flom, your CSGO pro. He's just going to chill. He's going to back off for a second, which is fine. He knows Flom's got the height advantage. Fair enough, this wall's there for him and he can chill, but where Flom is, it's not going to make a great deal of distance, even if he pushes back on this one to try and get out the door. You would say, though, if Syndicate actually wants to take a shot, if he doesn't have patience and he's not known to be a patient player, if he peeks up, Flom will have about a second or 2 to nail shots. That's where you see the helmet gone. That's the first thing we'll show, where you're standing up, you can't exactly smash the shots down. So if Flom feels safe enough to stay in the open like this, he will probably win this fight down the line if Syndicate gets impatient. Flom's still got meds, he's boosting back up, and I think neither of them really want to take the risk here. Flom's trying to bait a shot. He's essentially doing what you do in CS of the wide peak. So you kind of bait the shot out first, get the kind of bullets going, and then you take the fight. But oh, Flom's taking a risk. That's 2 shots back to back, 1 more, and it's going to be delivered. But no, back down to cover. This is good stuff from Syndicate, showing patience. If he really wanted to, there we go, and this is exactly what I was about to say. He could actually peek, and he could hold the angle. He could hold the angle, wait till Flom comes out again. Flom's not actually healing up, I don't believe, so maybe he's completely out of meds. No Red Bull left in the tank whatsoever. Again, though, Syndicate can hard peek if he really wants to, but now Flom is prepared for it. Yeah, and also Flom can back away here. He's got a deflate behind him. He could just dip over to if he needs to back away, which he really should be now. I know he wants this kill. I know he's hoping that he can get it done, but so Syndicate's not only got a suppressor, so he's not really being pushed on his position. Flom's ringing the dinner bell. You know what I mean? You're letting that Lee Enfield go in Cherno. Let's remember those times, essentially, is what's happening right now. Flom needs to be very cautious. Got the angle again, back and forth. These little jiggle peaks are lovely, but Lex goes down, who is the outstanding guy from the Mythic side. Maybe Flom wants to try and avenge his fallen teammate and take it out inside Syndicate, but Chappie losing out there. Stone Mountain, we're seeing a lot of players fall right now. That top 42 is now just starting to begin.
And look at this, still with a height advantage. Flom is ready for the engagement. Syndicate's pushed back down also. Now he's going to have to heal back. It looked like Flom does have bandages, so he can at least keep topping himself up. We'll see Syndicate bandaging as well. Neck himself a Red Bull. Fair play to the man, get that health absolutely banked up. Circle is now condensing. And you look at that, kind of homing in between Shelter and Farm. Lots of players on the inside. No one dead center because you do have a nice little compound there. Someone else falling down. Missed it in the kill feed, unfortunately. One player, though, just laying just on the back of the defilade.
That's nice because you don't silhouette. You don't show yourself. And basically silhouetting, if you don't know what it is essentially if you run on the top of a hill, for example, they can't see each other. There's no way. He's literally on the other side of the hill. You can't hear it, you can't see it. Unless they've been in a prior engagement, which they may have been. Yeah, this is silhouetting. So from Panda's perspective, when he gets closer, he'll see him on the bright blue skyline. So essentially, he gets the most perfect shot. Rather than being down and, oh, he's going to have the high ground, this should be just a massacre. This should be a culling. Panda should land the shot every day of the week, but he's lost visual. He doesn't know exactly where he is. He must have caught a glimpse, but maybe not. Maybe they're running away from each other. Hot is now just fallen down to Scoom, so we're starting to see these guys come into action. But Panda, again, creeping his way down, turtling away here. And they're not in the safe zone.
I don't even think they've seen each other. Maybe now. He just turned for a second, but honestly, I don't think they saw each other. There were no point that Panda decided to rush in or really follow through with that kill whatsoever.
Yeah.
Looking across the board then, one person, Moondine's going to move back in. One person kind of up near Skull, though. They're going to have some serious meds if they want to get back inside this circle. They've got a lot of work to do. Scoom's going to be topping himself up as well, getting tanked up.
Nicely good.
Yep, getting plenty of bullets in the bag, and why not? Two players will be coming in very closely. If you're looking at, in fact, three players. He's stuck between. Now, there's two of the houses over there here.
Yeah.
They potentially could be pinching one another if they move out also. I'm interested to see where they actually are in comparison to each other.
I think it's as I said, it's the compound over the road, so there's just two houses essentially near each other. But as I said, down to the last 37, the new circle going to be defined pretty soon. As you can see, the blue going to start working its way through in 30 seconds. Everyone's going to be trying to hunker down. No one should be in a state of transit if you're in the circle, obviously. You should be aiming for buildings to lock yourself into. Whether you like third person or not, obviously the hot topic right now, it doesn't matter. You play it smart, you play it safe, but look at the farm. It's all kicking off here. I don't know who's going to come out on top of this. This is very risky on the farm area. There's a lot of players, there's a lot of cover, a lot of small buildings to work from.
Break's gone.
Break's down.
Break's gone.
He is down. He was one of the players at the farm, but you're going to see a bit of water play here, which is just vile to watch. And there's the punish. Good tags back to back. Can't do much more than that. You're still going to move. You're still going to run. And that is, I'm not sure who this is we're watching, but he's got the suppressor. He's still got nades. He can make this hurt. Again, if you want to rush up a little bit closer, but you've got to be a bit careful. A player can still go into the back of the boat and shoot out from it. You can't really do much more than that, but yeah, no one likes to watch the water play.
I think he could. Oh, he's getting shot from behind us.
Yeah,
he's
behind him, he doesn't know about it. He's confused, all you like.
He's still standing his ground. I don't think he realised that bullet came. He's getting dinked again. All right, he's actually going to drive in the water. Fair play to him. Now he'll jump out. Yeah. So the one player that he was going for a rich, he's going to sit in the back of it and go, please get a kill.
One shot. Brilliant stuff. That was a lovely, lovely shot.
What a play.
No, beach it, Jesus.
I was going to go from what was an amazing play to what could have been the worst play I've ever seen. It just beaches it. But what a play. Sit in the passenger seat, get the kill, lean out. Awesome, awesome work.
All right, let's kind of catch up with what's been happening around Milter Town. This is on the extremities of the town on the hill that kind of leads down from the prison. You're going to see most of the battles coming here, but they shouldn't really be going down too much. These players in the houses are safe for now. They have no real reason to take fights unless they see a player moving in, which won't be happening. So, again, we don't really need to watch these guys. We need to look on the extremities here. And Serenity just fell. Not going to find any peace and calm for her, but at the end of the day, it's got to be looking around these edges here. Everyone in the buildings is going to be hunkered down, no need to fight. The bottom part of Milter on the bridge, we could have some fun going down here. Curvy Llama going to be in on this action as well. You've got a couple of players. Again, house play really shouldn't be much of a bother here. As much as the farm will be busy, people don't want to move out of this, but he has the M24.
Now, Adaculus is one of the people that we mentioned before, could be the dark horse in this. Over 3K rating North American player coming out of Noble Gaming. M24 in his back pocket. I want to see what kind of damage he can do. I'm hearing more bullets. Same again. Same scenario. Sit in the passenger seat. Try and drill people down. He's got the silencer. Kirby Lima will go down, unfortunately, to Cake. Cake takes her out.
That's on the beach. You're going to see it now.
Yeah, he lands on the beach, and it's just... He's there chilling, so he knows where he is. I think he took a pop at him.
But look at this terrain surrounding these. Okay, so Cake, for example, has the terrain advantage. He's got a nice defilade to play with. You do have an 8 so that basically gives you a little bit of room to work with. A lot of loot there, a bit of a loot goblin approach, but hey, if it works, it works.
The most important thing for... Oh!
There's the M24. That just sings, doesn't it?
Bye-bye. See you later. That's what you get for trying to dink people in the side of a boat. It worked first time, my friend, but not the second time. Cake says no, not today. Lands a bullet between his brain, and he's also still inside the circle. But the big problem for him here is he's on the beach. There's not a lot of cover. You've got these rocks where he is, but apart from that, he's going to be easy picking some people down on like the low-tier apartments. He's seen some good inside the car.
Suppressor with the car 98. This could be big 4 times. Adjustment not quite on. A little off for my taste there. Again, not adjusting well enough. I'm not sure who this is. Lucy needs to get the aim going. Think of that bullet drop. Think of the 4 times. Think of the kids. Finally a shot lands. Maybe one more could do the job. Ooh, that looked close, but no cigar. Again, the reload's going to take a while. Not sure if the bullet loops are on the back of that car 98, but a readjustment from Cake as he looks to make his way up. He doesn't know where the shots are coming from. They could be anywhere. The suppressor works so well. What is this? Please land the shot. Stop making me talk about this horrible fight that's happening.
And now he can just lay down behind the castle.
Yes, Cake!
M24! Third time in a row! Cake, you monster! This is insane!
If you're going to miss that many shots, you deserve to die like that. Cake, thank you for that. That was the icing on the cake for me. Brilliant denial. If you whiff that many sitters of a shot, you're not going to be standing for long in this caliber game. Again, the kind of north side's going to have a little crunch. It's mostly over towards the west. Milta is going to be absolutely teeming with players now.
Feels so bad, man. You whiff, you dink him once. You hit 1, I believe, out of 7 shots. Cake spins around 8 times. M24, bang, straight between the eyeballs. Takes it down.
Here we go.
That's
Look at this
3 in a
battle.
go.
God, this is going to be mad here. The junction in the middle of Milta has players everywhere around it, and you can see that.
I love that.
With no flash hider on, you can tap these shots all day. Cake's still alive. This guy's going beast mode this time. High kills, high value. The M24 sitting well, but the prone in towards the Theresa May fields of wheat. Clearly going to work out well here. It's going to be quite tricky to find people in that, even in third person. Here in this, oh, look at the HP on this player, though, getting out of the car. A mistake to be made. Why did you not expect someone to be in here? You're hearing these shots. They're not suppressed, but this is where it matters. Cake, what can you do? Show us what you're made of, my man, because I'm loving the play so far.
Time to run. He does have the cover of the hay bales. He's also going to get inside that circle now. Oh, no, just drifts for a second more. He's completely stimmed up. You're hearing the bullet dinking off the floor, though, bouncing around. He's running into somebody, though, doesn't see them coming. And now the M24 hits the floor, unfortunately. Will that player capture it, though? Yes, it will, so Idaculus
takes the risk.
Sniper rifle now go into his hands. But look here, Kapowski, unfortunately, is just on the edge of the circle, so she's going to get forced out of these houses if anyone's just waiting for her.
There is a nice bit of terrain. You can see a little bit of the dip on the hill. You can still run him relatively safe. And the other player, I'm not sure if Molman is aware of her position. He could spot it, but he's probably more worried about Panda, who's been letting off shots on the other side of things. But this is going to be fun. We've got Luminosity and the TSM guys just throwing it down the north. Sai Syndicate is posted up. He's safe. Drassel's there taking a fight, and right now it's going to be Molman actually getting pincered here. He's in a bit of a bother. He's got a player behind, player in front. He can't hide himself from both. And right now he's switched on to someone else. I'm not sure why, as Molman did find him. He did get it done, even though his HP was so low. You expect this from him, though. He's one of the Liquid boys. He should be delivering on all fronts. Safe in Milta. This guy is, I'm not sure why we're watching him. There we go. Let's have a look around. Scoom locks down a building. The buildings that remain a hot property, of course. That's where you want to be. A little bit hard to get run up on here, but nice spray control coming out from Scoom. Nice work from him. Absolutely powerful play. So again, keep yourself in these buildings for now. Play it smart, play it safe. You're seeing the big players doing this. This is the smart plan that I like to see.
Inside the circle as well, so plenty of time. He can chill here for a bit and let players advance forward and wipe them out from that window. Evermore, unfortunately, in no man's land. He's only got a little hut to try and stay alive, but he is getting tapped up pretty hard. Scoom will hold his ground. He knows Viz is up there. We saw the initial battle early on, just chilling in Harry Potter. He needs to make some magic happen because he needs to come inside. He needs to move inside the circle.
And this is smart play from Scoom. You basically watch where your vulnerability is and where the open ground is and where players are going to have to move from that you know. So he's playing this very well. Let's look towards the south side of the city if we can, in towards Milta. I'm not too worried about these two for now because they can fall back. They're not in an immediate fight. But in the further southeast side of the city, there's a lot of players close together. And here we go. You can see the kills coming in. And that's the guys we were talking about. Actually, Molman finding another. He's fought his way out of that 1v2. He was locked in. He was pinched in. He's won that fight. And again, running against the circle, he'll get himself win. That's going to be Hollywood as well, a guy to keep your eyes on in the future. We've got some of the classic guys left here from either side. And now with the blue moving, and we're going to see a couple of players having to move.
We'll bring that POV back in just a second, and there it is. One player will have to be forced outside the farm. Molman's moved. And unfortunately, though, person inside the farm, that's going to be Dingus Khan. Was just waiting for him, melts him as well. Perfect play from him, realizes the circle is on his back and is forcing him into his line of sight. Two players, though, moving through the field. That's going to be Ollie. That's another player out of Luminosity. Also, one player coming out.
This could be a banger of a shot. Ollie needs to land this, though.
That's going to give away his position, unfortunately, but he's also got the pressure of the circle closing him. He's got to force him out of nowhere.
Someone's heard this. Daz has heard this. One of the Noble guys, he's going to position himself for a push now, being so dedicated to hearing this, but the LG player working his way in. Got to be careful. Nice work from Ollie in the end. Delivers every single bullet of that 5.56, but every single shot he makes, you can see the other players getting closer and closer. Viz eyes this up as well. Two of the bigger players maybe throwing this down, yeah.
He's actually going to tag him, but Daz, as you mentioned, he knows exactly where this one player is. He's been listening for a while. He's forced to move back, but he's also getting shot from on top of the hill. So top of the hill at the moment, doing some serious damage. Great shots coming out of Ollie, but
sick work.
The kill is insane.
Great stuff.
Doesn't realise the player's still down low though. Now
he's going to see him third person.
Yeah, there we go. So he did cop for him. He throws the bullet up top. Excuse me, the grenade up top. But this is keeping him pinned. While this is going on though, the circle time's going down.
So the problem is that now Ollie, he can't run to the right because it's open ground, really. He's going to have to just go through this. He's stimming up right now because he knows it. He can go full auto and take a fight, but he knows that someone knows where he is and he knows where they are. This is very uncomfortable. Beautiful work earlier towards Slice Indica, and look at this. Ring of Roses begins, but Daz is off. He knows he's got the advantage to run away with. As long as he gets a line of sight of the push-up, Ollie might get a visual on this. Let's see if he does. He has. He's got to surely land this one. Ollie, did you blow your load too early? No. Sign sealed and delivered. He finds another, but the HP, he took the risk of the kill, and he just falls to the ground. A huge error from Ollie. He could have held his nerve. He could have waited. But no, he took the fight, and now we've got to see who's left standing. Viz is up, Scoom is up. We've got Evermore, the Korean player, still in this one. So many players still to look at here, as we're going to see a couple of them now dying as we speak. It's getting pretty hectic.
Yeah, we'll try and get some of these POVs now so we can see one player will fall. That's going to be Dingus Khan, taken out by Spy Jaya. Several people now inside the circle, two more.
Look at Scoom and Viz.
They're still so going close. Are they in the building?
Yeah, the winner of this fight, I think, will win this game. They get the high ground from it, for me at least. Evermore's going to be watching the push across the road. He knows the battle, but can we try and get the view of the other guys behind him? These guys are just playing the third-person angle. These two are what I'm interested in. Do they know the battle? Do they know the fight? They're going to hear these shots. He's moving up. Scoom's got to know there's players close by. But how does he work his way out of this one? Looks towards the balcony. He's going to have to wait on this. Not stimmed up either. He does have stims. I just saw the red ball, and I saw everything else. This is going to hear the door shut. This is what matters. Down to 4 now. This, I don't think that Scoom knows there's a player below him. He's laying down fire here. That's Scoom going to get another kill. Top 3 now, but he's going to be closed in on. The luck begins slowly creeping up, but he has the safety of the door. But as soon as he drops, this is surely going to just absolutely destroy him. Or does he realize? Is he being an ultimate slick daddy right here? Because that would be amazing if it is.
Oh, well, he's going to move, so yeah, Scoom's going to get the information. There you go. Information has been given away. Maybe that was the potential. He'll try and bait the door. Will he close it again? He knows exactly where he is. He keeps looking at him. Thing is, though, if he... Oh, is he actually going to get in the car and bail?
Viz right now is taking meds. I don't know if he heard the drop. So Viz doesn't know this, but Scoom's trying to find an angle. The third person's going to come into play. They both see each other. Oh, Scoom! Absolute beautiful play, and now it's Evermore against him, waiting towards the south, slowly creeps up. Oh, no! It's Evermore! He appears at the right time, peeks over the hill. The third person play plays well for him, but Scoom went above and beyond. 5 kills for him, but Evermore played patiently. He played the edge of the circle. He was the guy he went to the spawn island last game. So what a play from him, working his way back in. I like this guy. He is a very unorthodox player, but he certainly does what he needs to. He played it smart, he let the others fight it out, and as soon as he heard the shots, he got the angle.
Evermore from Forentro is your winner in round number 2. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. For the second time in a row, though, a member of Team Liquid. Once again, second place. Team Liquid clawing at the bit. I mean, fair enough, it doesn't matter on a grand scale when it comes to teams, because this is all about solos and individual challenges. But amazing, amazing work this time from Evermore. He calls, he collects, and he is your winner.
Yeah, I know a lot of the Overwatch players out there who are watching this will be happy with that one. Known for his ability in this. Maybe just going to get him someone he's comfortable to talk through to our host with. As you can see, he's just kind of calling for a mate, I can imagine. But yeah, he's one of those players that seems to like playing through the blue. He's a very patient player. He's not rushing it. He's taking his time. It may be a little bit of an unorthodox way of playing. But let's bear in mind, breaking his solo games, you watch his stream, you know, he'll take that blue damage all day long as well. It is an approach, it is a work. And I think that's Sammy with him, so I'm curious if they're going to maybe get a little translator on the go, maybe help him out a little bit here. We'll give him a little bit of second to kind of go through it and work out how they feel comfortable on this one.
This time, though, having a much better game than last time. Obviously, Break coming in around that mid-tier section, so he's still going to get points, and he's still going to give him, and he did have about 150, I want to say, off the top of my head, a nice little bit of a buffer. So I would have thought he'll still be sitting up top, but we'll get the scores on the doors after this one, then we can see exactly where these players are ranked. We'll be getting an interview in a second. Once we get the call for it, we'll throw this down to the floor. But different winners, different players in the top, Pansy. It's night and day in comparison to where players were on the final leaderboard on the last game.
I just don't know what's happening, all right? We've got the Korean scene taking over esports. We knew that's a thing, all right? We've been there. We understand this. We've had UK esports. What an incredible tournament so far. Very, very diverse approach to winning the game and playing it out, but it does seem as though the interview's ready.
Yes, it is. So we're going to jump down to the floor where Cameron is with Enemon. Gentlemen, over to you.
Whoop.
Yes, I am here on the floor with Evermore, as well as, in fact, the community manager of Battlegrounds to help translate this interview. So, Evermore, the first game, you played all the way at the spawn island, but because of that fight that you got into a little bit, it really messed you up and it got you killed in the blue. Did you play knowing that risk was possible, playing at the edge of the map this time around?
지금 이번에 하실 때는 이제 맵의 가장자리를 시작하셨는데 그게 조금 다른 부분이 있었나요?
일단은 첫 번째 판은 자기장 플레이를 했었는데 워낙 변수가 많다 보니까 두 번째 판은 중앙 플레이를 한번 운영을 해봤는데 그게 더 잘 먹혔던 것 같아요.
마지막에 어떤 플레이를 했나요?
중앙 플레이.
중앙에서?
네.
So I was really watching the blue zone, and there were a lot of people there. So I think it didn't really work very well. But in the second match, I tried to be in the center, and I thought that would be good positioning, and I think that worked very well for me.
You definitely played very intelligently, making sure not to take engagements that you didn't have to. You didn't play very aggressive, keeping yourself safe. However, this game does have an element of randomness that is involved. How much would you attribute that to your victory?
RNG에 좀 많이 영향 있었다고 생각하시나요?
RNG가 뭐예요?
랜덤성, 뭔가 무작위로 막 되는 게 저희 게임이 그런 요소가 많잖아요. 뭔가 뭐 블루존이 떨어지는 것도 위치가 무작위로 되니까 그런 게 내 플레이에 얼마나 영향을 미쳤다고 생각을 하세요?
일단은 두 번째 판은 가스 운이 되게 좋았던 것 같아요. 그거 말고는 지금 저는 수비적으로 하다 보니까 가스 운이 그냥 좋았던 것 같아요.
I think for the second match, I was a bit lucky, and I didn't play aggressively. I was being really defensive, so I think I was lucky, and playing safely really worked.
So, because of this victory, you netted yourself 500 points from this game. Not quite so many from the first one, but number 17, which is, I believe, the placing of game 1, gave you a little bit as well. Do you think you'll be able to recreate a similar standing near the top on game 3, even though the circle may not work out in your favor the same way that it did this game?
네, 대충 이제 감을 잡아가지고 세 번째 판도 집중해서 잘 하면은 문제 없을 것 같아요.
So now I think I know how it should feel, how I should play it. So if I just play the same strategy in the third match, I don't think I have a problem. I am pretty confident.
So moving away from solos, because later on this week we have duos and then the squads event. How confident are you in your own play, but also your teammates, your full squad group in this next event?
일단은 저희 팀이 여기 유명한 팀이 많지만 그 못지않게 실력을 자부심을 갖고 있거든요. 그래서 듀오나 스쿼드도 문제 없이 성적 잘 낼 것 같아요.
So there are a lot of famous pro teams in the tournament at the moment, but we pride ourselves for our skills, and we are very confident going into duo and squad later this week. So I don't see what could stop us.
All right, I like the confidence. Thank you very much. We're going to go to one more break while we get ready for game number 3, the final game to figure out who's going to be the full winner of this solo event at Gamescom.
And gentlemen, welcome back to the madness, the carnage, and the mayhem that is the Gamescom Invitational 2017. My name is Sims, this is Pansy, and my word. Game 3 so far. This has just been pure and utter insanity. Really quickly, what I want to touch on before our previous winner of Evermore, the different kind of style of play that he brings to the table. The, you know, just the contradicting moves. Initially going to that spawn island and staying there, unfortunately dying to the circle. This time round, creeping in a little bit slow, but making unorthodox plays and then paying off. Yeah,
it is a nice thing to see difference in stylistic approaches. For me, I think it's a lovely touch. But I think this is the overall standing so far. This is everything we've seen, so including game 1 and 2. Now, the kill points are brilliant for Break. That's why he's defining. He's not only got the win, but good kills too. Evermore, good placing, a couple of kills here and there as well, but mostly those placement points sitting well. Solid FPS kind of going under the radar there. Cloud9's player coming in. Shaka as well playing well. Hey, Scoom and Moleman, like all these three locking it down together. That's great. Liquid putting a very solid performance. Stoda doing well. Vis is still there. Lex is having a quiet game, but he's actually still keeping up quite nicely. High on the kill points, which is always good. Definitely playing into this for him. We've still got Hollywood as well, another dark horse who could certainly come back. I'd expect another one of these top 15 to probably win the next game.
Okay, so we can kind of see how things are working out now. Fair enough. I mean, you look at Brick. He got the kills, which is actually, he wouldn't be in the lead. He would be down in second place if he hadn't got such a great kill game in that initial round. Evermore, though, is now creeping. He's now just on, really, just on his tail. As you say, moving down, though. We'll look at the 16 down to 30. Horted's there with 240, 220 coming out of JP2. Kirby Lama, 215, 215 out of Interroga. And then we move into our outside top 20.
I've got to say, so Syndicate's really gone up the rankings well from the last game, from the first. This one, Cake's done quite well. We saw him playing well on the coast. He was the guy with the M24 who completely 180'd and battered someone.
That was insane.
You know, as I said, if you miss that many shots with a suppressed Car 98, it's like, come on, how long do you get away with this? But still, no, it's nice to see there's still ability here. A good couple of placements within, you know, top 10. Again, I just want to have a little look and see how many points kind of happen throughout this one. I just want to double check. So placement-wise, if you really want to make a big difference to your score at this point, you want top 20 and up. That's when you get into the 90 to 110 points. So that's the big increase there. So you're wanting to start to look at the top 20. Now, this actually might change people to play a bit more passively now. Again, they may feel, you know, confident, so you start to see a little bit more aggression in the early game, in game 2. But going into game 3, they might chill out a bit. Chappie really having a quiet one there. A couple of the TSM guys as well, not exactly doing huge amounts, so a little off there. But again, Adren doing okay, doing all right. Forzen doing all right. It's, you know, it's bare minimum, but there's still a chance for these players too.
So if my math is correct, which 9 times out of 10, it never is.
Yep.
I think there's going to be a couple of people down at the bottom who physically cannot win. It's now, even with the 500 points, unless they went absolutely ridiculous 20, 25 kills, I simply don't think they can win now. The question is, they just think, okay, I am going to throw every single egg into a basket here. I am going to get every single close combat gun and just run at people, charge at them, go completely hyper-aggressive, and maybe just cause
ruin other people's games.
That's what I mean. Just kind of think, okay, we can't win, so why not just go full savage? Why don't we just go full aggression, have some fun, and whether that starts to kind of mess up.
What do you mean by fun?
For them individually, just getting some kills.
There's no fun unless you win. All right?
But if they can't win,
they're not going to win doing that, are they? You know, they'll probably leave with maybe a shotgun, a pistol, and some sadness. But yeah, look, I have no time for this.
Sadness.
Look, if you're not winning games, move along. Like anyone who's not had a chicken dinner, there you go. All right, step off.
I like it.
But no, let's be honest here. A lot of these players are very talented. Most of them do sit from 2K and up. We have people peaking out at, you know, 3K, 4K on, you know, we have them on North American servers around the 3K, 4K on the Korean servers, or, you know, that region out there. Yeah, and everyone, like, he sits very, very well. Even in the qualifiers, as I said, if you're just tuning in, the qualifiers were going on for tomorrow, today, earlier, and you saw some good names. If you're people who play at home and you hit around the top 10s, If you saw on the ranking boards, you'll know people like Ibiza was there, you saw Outsider there, Mazzarini. So the names that you, if you play high elo, you'll play against, you'll see winning games. They, you know, I think Outsider was, again, top 10 in the entirety of the season 2 in solos. So there's a lot of talented players here that you're not seeing today, but you might see tomorrow in the duos tournament, because they'll be the qualified ones for it. So again, keep eyes on them. If you've got any favorites or possibilities of players coming through, there's some old Call of Duty players out there too, so there's a lot of names coming through here that have qualified through in those spots. That's tomorrow, and you'll start to see a little more from these guys. Decent work from Daz at the moment. He's starting to come into his own. You know, 245 points, nothing to be scoffed at. Certain possibility, if you do get that first place or top 10, he shoots right up the rankings.
So just to really quickly recap exactly why we're here for these next few days, what are we doing? Well, this, of course, is an invitational. We've invited 72 players out, and then we have invited squadrons as well that, as Pansy mentioned, they have been playing. There is a qualification process. Tomorrow, we move into the duos. Teams are going to be split up into 2. Things are going to get crazy. That's going to be third person. Then, when we move into Friday, it's also duos again. And there is another qualification process from people outside that can get into that competition. That moves into first person. That's when the ball game completely changes. Anything is possible. We're going to be watching it from players' POV. Honestly, I'm not even going to try and guess how that one's going to go down. It's going to be amazing.
Well,
and then
first person. I'll just say, let's go on to break screen, because you know what? There. It's going to be a frag movie. It's just going to be his highlight reel. Nah, I don't know. There's a lot of talent here. That's what I'm enjoying, is the fact that everyone's delivering. Yeah,
it's really scary. And then when you see Nevermore step up to the plate like that, just to really throw it in and mix things up, things are getting interesting. And then, to seal the deal, on Saturday, we close the show with the squads. $180,000 on the line. It's going to be insane. And I'm being given the all clear that the server is now live. So, for the third and final time this evening, we're going to be playing this solos match. Pansy, so far, the circle has stayed pretty solid so far.
It's been tame. It's not given us the Theresa May Field of Wheat finish, which is always nice, you know. Fields of Wheat. It's not done the half in the water or on like a rock somewhere.
That's so rough.
It's a bit of a git, isn't it? Or like on the bridge where there's land below it as well. There's a lot of those ends just like, thank you game. That's a kindness.
Thank you,
Lord. Yeah. The RNG gods are being cruel, but you know, down the line, you know, you know how certain games on their trailers, they buy the rights to certain songs, right? So you had, I think it was for the Battlefield release, it was the White Stripes, right? That was quite a cool thing for the trailer. I want the Top Gun song for when they're flying on this.
Wow.
Highway to Danger Zone, how amazing would that be?
Oh, just flying over and dropping, be like, get out, lads, enjoy yourself.
I'd have a great time. I want that to happen. If we could find out how much that would cost to get it done.
Stick that in.
Yeah, that would be my fee for casting the rest of PUBG for its entire life. Just put that in. I shouldn't say that, because I'll be very poor. But let's look over. We've got 30 seconds remaining. Again, certain players starting to step ahead, break out. They've got to be feeling comfortable now. Another element that we've not discussed that much is you're starting to feel less pressure. Your heart's still going to be racing. You're still going to be sweating bullets at this. Like, I do it when I sit at home and I'm playing against absolute scrub lords.
The heart is insane.
But imagine if we got the heart rate monitors on a couple of players here. I think there'd be a couple of health concerns.
I'd be worried.
I was like, please don't stop. Please don't stop. Hope they just fall off or something. But no, this is one of the games that just gets it going. But the players will start to feel out the environment. They'll start to calm down a little. They'll be making the right choices. But it is about to be go time. To the plane they go, onto the easy jet. Flight from hell, and land on the island and just see how well they can do.
Gunship has left the tarmac, and we are coming in from an easterly direction, moving over Lipovka. And that, once again, Pansy, it's going to be a central flight path. So, diving straight over, we're going to see Lipovka, we're going to see shelter, and everywhere around it, especially down at prison, we've got school in play, we've got the apartments, Pachinki smack bang over Pachinki. Will we see a King Rise? Or will we see a cheeky Assassin's Creed? Gatka's a possibility. A long flight over to Georgian Hospital. Quarry also. But the main thing is, it gives easy access, very, very easy access down to Millis. If someone gets a bike, they can just get the hell out.
Early eyes on the road from Milta and the kind of edge of the bridge on the east side.
A lot of people going north.
Yeah, it's because they like Rozhok. You can do the extremity again. Zaki, George. You've got a lot of options. Oshi 7, having a look towards Milta Power. God, Daz actually getting... Has he got the entirety of Lipovka to himself?
Yes.
That's one of those real touches that you don't often get. You're like, how the hell have I managed this? But there's several opportunities here to get to the military island, not only from the east bridge, but the west as well. So let's keep our eyes on where people land and how they do. Got a little bit of boat play coming in. Are you going to the spawn island?
He's going to the island again.
Off to the spawn.
Now,
it's actually fine. Got to see where the
him last time though.
No, it didn't. No, it's because he got to fight with Ninja. All right, like,
yeah.
Like let's.
Okay, I'll give you.
I'm going to talk about the strengths of this very quickly, and if you haven't done this before, you'll find out like the benefits and the negatives. One, you're banking on a lot of RNG elements, so you're not playing a safe game. Even though he likes to play a safe game, he said he plays quite a passive game. The fact is, you're depending one on a boat. If the boat's not there, you have very low tier loot. If you get a boat, okay. When you come back, you're still banking on a car, and the circle being favorable.
Jared's dead from falling again.
Get off the bikes!
Why?
How have you done that, Jared?
What?
How and why have you done this to us?
What is this madness?
Please, can we all press F in the chat to remember the man before he fell? And what a horrific beginning, as we've got a nice little beep, beep, jeep, jeep play.
Doot, doot, Mr. Dacia.
That's not Mr.
It's
Dacia.
you as, I know, but it's the meme.
I only talking memes. I have nothing else.
My wife's actually started, literally, like, she'll talk to me and I'll send her a text and it's like, you physically communicate. Oh, milli-circle.
And Cat, look at Cat's position. He went, so there was a lot of opportunity to go to the military island, right? They could have headed south. They could have gone for it, boats, cars, whatever. He went there and he's won it out so far. This is sick. I love this. The bridges are gonna be absolutely sick.
Yes.
I want to see players on top of the bridge. I want players smeared everywhere. And the players in the north are gonna get screwed. And let's see where that crunch happens. It's right on Pachinki. It's right near farm. This game, this circle, I am very happy with.
Well, Interrogate needs to be careful because there is one person moving into his compound just to his north, and he won't have a clue as well. This one player we did say, Cat, just chilling over here on Rust. Hopefully get geared up. Just chilling. You know, up here you can always find yourself a sniper. You can always get yourself an 8 times, but he's got to be quick because a lot of people...
Oh no, Lex just killed Anger. He's just taken down his teammate. A knife in the back. See you later, Anger.
Rip.
The mythic boys are turning on each other already. There he is. Just running through his corpse like... Lovely, lovely loot.
I know you have no loot, so I'm just leaving it alone.
But okay, so the thing we can talk about with Cat is he can loot here quite safely till about, I'd say, a minute from now, maybe 2 minutes, because people start moving on it. Oh, and there's his normal teammate, so Syndicate taken out. So a player who did quite well, who could have done with maybe finishing within the top 20, has been taken out early. Down to 71 here. You're going to see players now start considering the circle and their route back into it. This is the era I was discussing, near farm, near that sort of play. This can become very busy. Schools kicking off, rolls
already.
But yeah, they're starting to look towards the bridge. I hope we keep tabs on the bridge. I love a good bridge play. Can't get enough of it, so we're going to see that now.
Bigger question, in solos, is there any point in even camping on the opposing side to get the kills? In a team,
if you're smart, yes. If you're smart, right? You don't want to take shots early because you don't want to be committing yourself to the bridge. But if you get over, let's say you take it from about a 100-meter to 50-meter shot when you're very close by and the looting's very quick and easy, then fine, go for it. I do not mind that at all. But I don't think people are going to go for it. It's very risky and it's open. Go on, do it. Stop that buggy now. There's a lot of viable options here, all the houses around the side.
Yeah.
I was going to say that Cat probably in a minute or two should head south, claim one of those houses. And Ollie, I'm wondering what guns he's got, because I only saw a pistol then. So again, he might be under-geared. He might have to take a risk and go for something on this point. He's crossing near the Novo Bridge. Not so populated just yet. It's got that nice town to work through. Nice, depends on which side of it you're on, I guess. But here's the crunch. You can see it happening here. Drop coming in towards the middle. A couple of players going towards that. A couple of players with eyes on it. And a little bit of play already happening over by the bridge.
Yeah, it's already getting tanked
Helmet
up.
as well, gone.
One player will come across. He's probably going to take pop shots as well. No, is he? No. So he's going to hold off, which is fine because that stops him, the player in front of him, knowing exactly where he is. So he's going to jump on this bike, hopefully not die, like we have seen in a previous session. Is that? He's always
looting. He should be. He's only got a pistol.
There's been no point in doing. That's what I thought. He's got a pistol. There's no point in camping with a pistol unless you have.
Ollie might land the shot,
nerves of steel.
All right. So Spy's going to head off. Again, this road's still got a couple of huts on it. You can hear Ollie letting shots fly as well. He's had a little look. He's definitely spotted them out here, so he knows what's happening, but he's got such bad loot. Decent armor. He's still level 2'd up, level 1 backpack, but that's fine for him. He just needs a damn gun. Break. Managed to find Steve-O, so that's going to be happening in the background.
Micro Uzi. Get meme, son.
Oh, dear. You hate to see it.
You just hear it in the noise like, yes, instant death is coming my way.
Yeah.
100%. The big question is, has Hunk got a hold of the crate? Because he's right next to it, and he was all alone. I expected a bit more of a crunch coming on that crate because there were so many people surrounding that area, but it only looks like one person has it. So if we get Crunch's POV, we'll see. Oh, your favorite weapon. Look at that.
I do like the MK14.
And he's camping
And he's
the
a
box.
bush Wookiee.
He's camping the box. He's hoping someone else goes for it.
Can you make a noise like a Wookiee? You can, you don't want to do it, you're nervous.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I'm debating whether I should.
Maybe not now. If you get to kill, you have to do it. You have to let the cry go free.
It's not even a cry, it's more like a, I don't know.
Oh, you're tempted again,
Some
weren't you?
animal been stood on.
All right, we'll come back to that. But yeah, he's got the ghillie suit, which plays in pretty well, actually, at this point. You can't really play the rocks as diligently as you like.
Bye.
Actually, not a bad approach. You don't die doing it, so you get into the water, you can swim across the rest, you don't take that in fight. And also, how dare you do that to Mr. Dacia?
We'll see a quick swimmer then. VSS, shotgun in hand, making his way over to the island on military, so he does have plenty of time. But when he lands on the shores, unfortunately, his is also going to be there. One car will be coming across on his bridge as well.
A lot of players moving to this island very early. There's still a lot of room in the north here that they could play from. It will end up being on this side.
Blocking it. He's going to put the car there.
Oh, hearted, no. The awkward switch, though, from Solid FPS. He should get that kill. He has the better ground. He heard the steps. He got the angle. He's got the kill. Good work from the Cloud9 player there, who's currently, I think, well within that top 10 Solid FPS. He's one of the better players at that point. But he's still in towards the north, so he's in a decent spot from me, or at least in my eyes. I think he's pretty well set. He's on the plateau just above, well, I guess kind of near Pachinki side. As you can see, there is the plateau between Pachinki and, well, Shelter, I guess. But yeah, fight going down on the beach here.
And, he's got the car cover, but I'll tell you what, he's getting dinked up hardly. Panda's taking it to him. You can shoot below that, so you've got to be careful. He's going to try and get the headshot, but so he doesn't see below it.
No, he forgot to reload. Panda is... Well, there's no other way than putting it. Kind of shitting the bed at this point, but he's going to put the nade out and hope for the best. But the nade's coming back in as well. You've got to move, Dingus can't. What? How has that not killed him? He's still standing. The nade didn't land. The bullet's under the. But this, surely, what is going on? How are they not killing each other here?
He's going to go for another grenade. Where is it? Find it. Find it. Oh, no. No, he doesn't. He manages to at least edge him out. That's insane. How did he get the kill? That's actually insane. And then all of a sudden another player just walks in. Okay, boys, you've had your fight now. I'll have a bit. I'll take your cops easily.
Bloody hell.
He's just sat there this entire time. God, I hate that when someone just sits. I'll wait until this fight's over, and then more than. See, he baited him. If you watch here, see, he baits him, backs off.
Ugh.
Oh, so
someone else got him.
Panda wiped both of them.
Yeah, Panda killed Panda. Panda on Panda action, guys.
He's sneaky Panda. Stealing
Sneaky
away.
Panda. All right, let's have a little look who's left towards the north here. We've got Serenity up there, Flom's up there, Solid FPS.
This is interesting.
Battles on the south. Yeah, the battle always going down on those rocks is always awkward. Just you get the mountain goats just climbing around, you know what I mean? Drifter here, going to be looking for a fight. This is third person in his prime as well. He pretty got on full auto, waiting for someone to commit around the corner and you get the angle. There's no real reason to be pushing or any encouragement. The fact is you just want to get the kill. You want to have this. Because then they're still in the north, bearing in mind. Drifter's still up north on the other side of the island. He's not gone down to the Millie Island, so that's going to be in the back of his mind. He's got to swim soon. He's going to make the move, all of that jazz. And he's just going to wait it out, wait to hear some steps. Only level 1 as well. Helmet, that is.
And they're just trying to feel each other out, see who's going to make the first push. Honestly, this is when he kind of gets a little bit of a nuisance because you don't want to die, you know, especially so early on. We're still in the top 60. But you also, now he turns around, so he knows someone's coming up behind him. Now he's just shown himself a little bit, so now he's caught a glimpse of where he is.
Yeah, but he's worried about that car around the back. And Cake, is that Cake moving in? If it's Cake, I'd like to see Cake.
Do you have it,
We all
M24?
want Cake. Cake, don't you dare be a lie. Don't you dare. It is Cake, there it is. The MVP of just defeating anyone who's bad with Car 98s. I appreciate that, all right? Hayes has absolute garbo loot, but he has got himself an AKM now, which is nice.
I like how he's pre-packing for the sniper as well. You got the flash hider in there, you got the cheek pad, so as soon as he finds anything, an SKS or a Car 98, he's laughing, he's going to get that loaded. The question is, did he have a scope? I didn't actually see if he had a 4x or anything in there. I mean, you can shoot with an iron sight, but my God, it's an appalling situation to try and do so if you're trying to get a kill from it. Oh, look, these two are still doing nothing. Let's move on from these guys. They're going to be here for a while. We'll try and find someone else who's actually got an engagement. Let's take a look at the map.
What game mode I prefer. You know, out of all the perspectives, There's one that I just like a little more than the other. There are benefits to both, all right? He's been spotted. Drifter needs to be careful. He's kind of like...
I don't think he knows where he is.
He's exposed this complete northern side. Oh, lordy.
Hello.
Oh, no, he's gone to this spawn island player. He's halfway back. So he's medding to save his damn life right now. He's going through it all. I don't know how much meds he has. I haven't seen his full... Stop, look. Can we not look at these guys? Just to punish them. I want to punish them for playing like this. How dare they? And they've literally just traded positions. Oh, sweet mother of God.
Give us the map. We'll take the map. Oh, well, yes. Give us the map. Come on. They're not going to do anything else. Oh,
no,
so
Drifter actually might be able to get around.
LG on LG. We'll just see J2P take out his teammate Chips. Shaka on
They actually
Moosog
might get a kill
well.
now if they move. Drifter's going to be making the move. If he checks to his right, he will probably see the player. I might have put a glimpse on the broken wall here. Wall fights are so awkward. There it is. Finally, Drifter gets a kill. He went on the long way around. He does win that fight. I just saw Moondai just flop away. Hello. But yeah, the loot's all his. It's not great loot, to be fair.
The bigger question is, when you go in here, you now have to ask yourself, was it worth it?
Yeah.
And I don't think that was.
He's got a level 2 helmet that he should pick up. Please, Drifter.
Come on, man. He did a video on helmets. Come on. Take a word of your own advice, pal.
See, these are the mistakes that happen in these environments, right? Like, at the end of the day, you make mistakes, you forget things, you kind of lose out on some of the stuff that you do by second nature normally. This is a big difference here. Again, we'll see how this plans out. You're going to see the crunch coming towards the northern side of this, the military island. I will always call it Millie. I know that upsets some people, but Lex and Flom having a fight. That's the teammates kicking off against each other, and they're not in the safe zone either. They're still in the north, so that could be a fun one to keep eyes on in the future. And this is the replay of the people who love third person, just as much as me. And again, just again and again, I'd love to have a glimpse towards Flom and Lex if they're still fighting it out, because they're going to be very close and they both have that horrible opportunity now to work their way back in. I doubt these two are going to have much of a fight here.
No, they're going to stay passive for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So if we could see them, I don't know if they're even still alive. We're going to be seeing, that's Lex, so maybe he's won the fight, and that is Flom. Here we go, teammates against teammates.
YOLO. Grenade.
Which CS player is better, but how many nades have fallen back on you? He's got the UMP close range. He's running on this one. He wants to fight. He's aggressive. Vector against UMP. The pan comes in. There it is. Lex dominates his teammate Flom. The aggressive player, and I love it.
Amazing.
That's what you want to see. That's what I like in these CS players. They will take those fights. They will charge. They want that Pika's advantage, a theory, an application of how you play mechanically in games that works out. But how's Hollywood been getting on? We're down to 56 now. He was suffering. He had very low tier loot, but oh, he spotted something. The mountain goat kicks in. It's like in Skyrim, if you just spam jump on the horse, it just takes you to mythical places. Hollywood is doing the same. Oh.
If we go back to Flex for a second, when you were talking, when you run about it, Lauren.
Wait. No. How much HP? Did you not lose HP?
Did not take any. That's going to hurt. Excuse me.
Ollie, how are you? He's a
man of steel.
He's a wizard, Harry.
Just really quickly about Flex, though, with that initial grenade onto Flom, it does scare you. It does worry you. When that grenade comes in, you're like, oh, crap. What do I do next? But I loved it. Throw the grenade in, then following it up with a charge, hard scope in, wait for the person to kind of scare themselves. Fair enough. Both players took a hell of a lot of damage. I think this is a kill coming in from elsewhere as well across the map, I believe.
It's just real slow-mo. It's like the Baywatch run, you know what I mean? Just, woof. There's Hollywood. So he's got himself the Groza now. So he's gone from 0 to hero at this point. He's in a nice position, but there's another player up on this hill. It's Oshi7, and he's got the high ground. He could completely destroy Ollie if he spots him out at the right time. But I don't know if he knows he's there.
He has to kill him because this is a scenario.
Oh, God, don't drop down that side, please, Oshi.
This is a scenario like Cake. Because of the gun that Ollie's got, if he turns around with that Groza...
You don't win that fight at that range.
You shouldn't do, but if he potatoes it, there's a chance.
Nah,
there's
not
a chance.
having it.
No?
I'm not a believer.
I didn't realise he was that far down. He's out
look
of it.
at Oshi's having to do the same thing here. Again, maybe not liking it, maybe not fancying the odds, maybe just feeling uncomfortable in how it's playing out, but he might spot Ollie. That's the thing. For a player who comes from Armor and DayZ, the mechanic of using the third-person camera to always look around, basically holding down like Alt and looking around you, that is something you need to be doing. So Break in the meantime is taking down Vicstar, but going back to that, you need to be hyper aware of this. You used to have the shortcut on like KP 3, 9, 7, and 1 to be able to do those looks to the specific positions. He should be doing that more. He should be looking over, especially at a drop. You should always be aware in this game. Like, how many times do you, it's like, I wish I was a little bit more focused on that 1 second. Those are the moments you win and lose games.
Cross level 3, level 2, level 2. Pretty tanked up. We got an M4 and we got an ump as well. Move across to Evermore. The Evermore, I want to say, very strange player, but you know what? It has been, these tactics, these different tactics have played out for him. This time round, he's staying alive. He's moving on into the circle now. It's time to get your foot on the ground, which is what he wants to do. But using this boat, he's going to get it at the back and then work his way in. Scoom does have to get tanked up. He's going to throw some Red Bull down his neck and try and stay alive. Molman's out, unfortunately, in the ocean, in no man's land, so you got to hope to high hell that he does have a lot of meds to get him through, to get him stimmed up. Scoom on the outskirts can make his way in, but unfortunately, there are a lot of people between him and that circle, so he needs to be careful, but he does have a silence. He doesn't, excuse me, this is going to be Brick. Silenced SKS. Look. Silenced Doozy as well.
And he's in the blue. We know he loves this play.
He enjoys it, doesn't he?
And hopefully, you know, Vicstar doesn't just write a nice little diss track on him after he got that kill. It's all good, though. He's going to be working his way in eventually. Again, I'm not too worried about Break. He's got good management, but the problem is there's a lot of players in that area still who could just ruin his plan, right? We still have the fight going down on the bridge here. Serenity and Killer Kapowski are going to have a little battle if they do commit to that sort of peak. But you're seeing everything now. And Evermore as well, as much as, you know, people will be like, oh, you know, everyone's going to be doing this. Like, let's be honest, how many of you saw Summit doing this at the very start of the game? And this is actually one of my favorite positions that Serenity's in that's not often used at the bridge, because you get 360 cover, right? I don't like her being this committed to the rock, because you can't fall back without jumping. But there's this little plateau behind it that you get lovely cover on all sides. So she can kind of stay in this spot until forced to move, but she's committing to this side of the island, which could be an issue.
Yes, took the words out of my mouth. My only problem with it is when that circle comes in, if it goes at the complete opposite side of Millie, she has to pedal it. She has to get through the water. She has to swim quite literally for her life, because that will do, this far on in the game, these circles, they hit like a tank, and it's going to do so much damage. Moving across now to, who's this? Going to be Moondie, still outside, but not far off the circle. He's moved his way over to Millie. We've got an M16, we've got a shotgun in hand. JP2, after taking down his teammate, now finally makes his way down. He does have a car. Pray to God that doesn't run out of petrol, because he still has a lot of ground to cover.
And you can see, if you look at all the players by the bridge, they're all just slowly kind of moving slightly further south. And there's the Wookiee himself with the MK14.
Just quick note, Break still hasn't moved, by the way.
Yeah, he's still healing. He's got a lot of healing to do. And is this Oshi 7? Yeah. Oh, Lord above. Is this the fight with Ollie they were waiting on? I'm kind of curious if it is. No, that's a different player, but he's got high ground. But the problem is that it's very hard to traverse this area. Words are quite tricky. And a Car 98 is always dangerous because you're just peeking with your head. You're allowing those shots to happen. No! You know better than that, Oshi 7. You just got punished. And a lovely shot. You had one chance to hit it, and he did. The Car 98 just absolutely rips his head off.
Damn, son. That is disgusting. What a shot. Pings him right between the eyes. Oshi will fall up on the rocks. Now, the problem is, if he would have stayed there for a while, once the circle comes in, it's an absolute bugger to aim through, because you've got this, the distillation in front of you, trying to get a headshot. So maybe, I know you mentioned, did he overcommit just a little bit too much? Well, yeah, because he got his face ripped off, fair play. But if he would have waited any longer, he then would have had a problem with the circle as well.
It's more just using, like, he had to take that fight 100% in my eyes. Oh, look at this battle about to go down. Vista's here. There's a lot of other players around here.
Everyone's saying,
this is going to get fun. Here we go. You can see the fight coming. Full auto spray comes out. Maybe not the TSM member, you want to be seeing that. Tell a lie, you know he's pretty good. He's got the suppressor too, which is always nice. That might help him, because there's a lot of players in those buildings next. Another player's arrived. What is this party going on here?
Everyone's going down and dirty in the ditch. So Valilo's going to heal himself up as well. He's got coverage behind the tree, but Ollie is behind him. If Ollie opts to get off of the buggy that he's in and look down the hill, he's going to be in all sorts of problems. 1, 2, 3, 4 players in this small pocket. There's another player turning up as well. Everyone's driving around on the buggies, and everyone's just getting stuck in, because this circle is starting to converge. 20 seconds, and that will be moving. He's still got eyes on the prize, though. This is not going to move, and he's also not going to poke as well, which is fair play. We just exactly saw what happens when you poke and unfortunately don't land the shot.
So, as I said, going back to that point in a moment, once I don't think this is going to commit to this too much until he has to, or he sees an opportunity. Point being, you've got third person, use the camera angle for a reason. What are you up to?
Questionable, unless he belted his tires out, but he's still just a YOLO it like that is...
I have no cover, allow me to present myself. Just, you know, that's a move.
Take it.
Use me for what you want. Smack, though, being, I guess, tempted to this. There's nowhere more open.
He can do what one of the other players did previous, though. He can quite easily loot this. Well, I say easily. It's literally on a frigging runway. There's no cover whatsoever. But if he does loot it, he can fall back to the plane and then use it as bait. bait that thing up, wait for somebody to walk over to it, bang, take him down. He's pre-smoking. I like this play. Get involved, get inside. He's bobbing, weaving left and right, just making sure that he zigzags all over. Let's see what he gets. Is it worth the time?
Let's have a little look if we can. We can probably see him picking up guns. Grozer, I think I just saw coming in. Syringe as well.
So the adrenaline syringe is nice.
He doesn't have much range, though, so he might have to put the M16 to be the range gun. He might have just swapped over his crosshair, to be fair. I wasn't certain if he did put the scope over. What has he got? So 4 times. That's fine, yeah. So he's going to try and balance himself out, and that's a really nice idea from Smack, because this area does generally favor range. You don't get close quarters on this side. Again, though, Sequisha there taking the swim.
The best mustache I've ever seen.
It is pretty fabulous,
it's incredible.
I'm not going to lie.
Well, I can imagine a lot of Dr. Disrespectful fans will disagree with that comment, but either way, mustaches on streamers are an amazing thing. Going to try and get himself across this wall. One player falls right in front of him, in fact, and I believe there's another person waiting for him, so as soon as he gets on, in fact, he's right next to him.
Problem is the double damage now coming through. Both these players are kind of in an awkward predicament. The double damage comes in and you can't heal. Not anymore. The update came through. You got to keep going, Squishy. You can't stop here. I don't know if Andy knows who's ahead of him either, so I'm not sure how this is going to unfold. You might be able to take one with you. You might just want to heal. Both players are now stuck in a horrible predicament.
I don't think Andy knows, unless he's just...
Andy doesn't. Squishy can just be the bringer of doom. He's going to probably die himself if he takes this fight.
No.
Andy has no idea. Oh no, maybe he's seen him. Get into the boat. Get into the boat and take the fight. Don't drive the boat. Go to the other seat and kill the man. He's done it. He can heal as well now. He dives back in the water like a madman, but he's got the swim on. And there it is. That is one way to not want to remember this game going down, as he just got completely ruined from the water.
Amazing, amazing work. I mean, he played it very, very passive. I was quite worried. In fact, just so you know as well, on the top, we've got JP2 moving into Chappie. These two guys are still outside the zone. Will he get in, though, on that car? I'm just keeping focused on that. We'll see if one of them does drop.
Chappie might need that car, too.
That's probably why he wants to kill him.
Yeah, and this is the open fields towards the southern west side of the military island. A lot of small, smoother hills. There's very limited terrain to play in. Oh, a peak there. That's deadly against an 8 times, but Lost Aiming living up to his name. Missing a couple of sitters and having to fall back to med up.
He will indeed. Going to get himself back to full health. Is he ever going to another peak? No, he's not. He's going to take the stims. Meanwhile, Molman's just going to stand his ground and let him take this peak. You peek out, bro. I've got your number covered. He's going to have damage as well on that helmet. Still looking, both still peeking left and right. Shuffle, shuffle, bang, bang. Unfortunately, though, doesn't seal the deal. He's got about 10 HP left. Molman tanked up. Now, if this were me, for example, I'm not a great player, but that would have been a good opportunity to maybe move. You've done so much damage to him. You forced him, you know, they forced the rock. He's going to hide there. But
look,
now you let him have another
playing
fight.
chicken, all right? They're playing chicken because the blue's about to move in, and both of them are screwed with each other. But Lost Aiming has cover to move to the right. Sadly for Molman, he doesn't. But I'd say he's a better player in my eyes from experience. But Full Stim comes in, and here comes the game of chicken unfolding. Who will move first? Who's willing to take the fight? And it looks like Lost Aiming's, he's toying with it. He wants a bit of this. He's begging for the opponent to peek out and make the play, make it happen. Because
I really want to run.
They literally, both players sat there just doing this. Okay, smoke comes in. They may not use it. Lost Aiming is going to give him a chance to move as well at this point, but they both got to go. They're quite far out of the next circle as well. First smoke plumes, waiting on the second. Smack there. Managed to take down Cat, who's one of the early players to get to the military island. I think in the meantime, we actually did lose out on Break as well. He's been knocked down. I'm not sure who managed to kill him, but here it comes. The meds still come through. Lost Aiming is in a far greater position, it seems, with meds. And here comes the move from Molman. He's going to start moving. Please get back to them. Please, I beg of you. Here it is. The single fire comes down. Nice work from him. And Molman dies to the play zone. But that was Lost Aiming, essentially getting the kill. He did enough damage. That means he now needs to run.
Kapowski takes down Mexican. Ollie takes out Panda. And then Stylish Noob comes in, takes out Solid FBS. Smack dies outside the play zone. We're now into our top 25. Kirby Lava also on the play zone.
He's got to move.
The damage is insane.
All right, play zone is killing the hell out of people. People are too scared to move. They're taking bad fights. We're down to 23 players now. This is good positioning from Sequisha, but oh my word, there's a player in that house.
Hello.
They have to commit to the blue if they want to get out of it. He's going to see them. He doesn't need this fight, but he wants it. A man with a mustache that incredible wants these fights. He's a brave man. He's going to spot the back. He can take this for free. He knows it as well. He's just going to take his time on the peak, spots him out, sees him medding. Why you deliver these shots? Please stop jumping. You don't need to. Why are you like this? Sequisha, please.
Back off, man. Back off a little bit. Give yourself some more room. That's now allowed that player just to belt on out. I'll tell you what, if this comes back to haunting, this is going to be brutal. No, it doesn't.
Thank Christ for that. All right, so you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
The good thing about getting that kill is his position perpendicular to the next circle. He's at the bottom end of it, so it's going to move slowly. Obviously, when you see the gap on the circle, you're at the slow end, you're at the fast end, you can outrun some of these circles. For instance, on the far side, you won't be able to do it. But on this backside where he is, it's going to be fine. Meanwhile, Evermore's chilling. I mean, why not? Is he stuck?
That would be quite funny.
No, he's still medding.
But is he stuck in there?
That's a question. Is he going to die? Is he going to grenade the floor and end his own life?
Evermore. You're a funny human being.
I think that's Rip. Oh, but look at all the players dying, though. Hayes takes out Viz.
If he just stays alive, he is earning points by being in this position. All right, we'll leave him to just slowly fade away. But at the top of the hill, it's Ninja being the king of this one. Players left, right, and center. He's got himself a bit of cover, but he's going to hear the players starting to move in. He's going to know they're going to be close by. He's got the Scar with him. He's got the UMP flashbang. He's well geared. Drassel finding Daz there. There's the bigger team starting to come into the action. 12 players remain.
K98 as well in play, so he needs to be extremely careful. He knows one player is around the corner. He's just trying to get the peek to see if he can catch any glimpse of them. I'm pretty sure he knows exactly where they are. We do have a couple of grosses in play as well as I move around the players, unless they have died that we didn't actually catch down in the kill feed. But just look at that circle. Everyone's starting to move around. Another player's moving in with the car down at the bottom end. That's going to be NPR taking out Drassel. Unreal takes out NPR as well. Now we're into the top 10. That's on an explosion as well, so he blew up the car. Unreal gets a double, takes out Chappie as well. In a row, top 9.
Yeah, this is getting interesting now. We're going to see the running coming out from Ollie. This is a better game from him, better positioning as well. The Dacia is still in play, and the burning cars provide a bit of cover here as well. This is Unroot playing it through. Times 8 available. He's well saved. Why does he still have an SK12 with the 4 times on it? What are you doing? How is this guy still in this one? We've gone for the booty shot, apparently. Not sure if that's one. Evermore finally dies, but he does manage to finish top 10. That's mad. All right. Let's see. Safety of the circle here for Yoon. He can loot for a little bit. He's got himself a Car 98, a brilliant upgrade, but it's in the north. This is the action. Let's sit on board with Sequisha. I gave him a little bit of grief before. Maybe he's going to prove me wrong. Maybe he can be a game changer. You can see how scared they are to move away from this edge of the circle, and this could be all over for one player in the open. Oh my word, here it is. This should be an easy kill at times. Car 98, is that the gun you're using? Maybe go back to something with a little bit more to it, but it's a suppressor. It's buying him time, but now you can see the vision turns, and Sequisha is in trouble.
Yeah, he should have definitely had his other weapon out, ready to rock and roll. You've got it, I believe that's an M4, and I think he's got a stock on it as well. You should be using that, my man. Just shoot him down and just rip him a new one. Still 8 players alive. Here's at top of the hill. Sees one in front of him. You got Ninja as well. Still just chilling inside that little shed, hoping someone makes an advancement upwards to him. But look at that circle.
Wait, who is Hayes right next to? There's a player literally beside him who might just get a drop on him here. Level 1 helmet could be the death of Hayes at this point. Somehow, look on the minimap. You can see it right near each other. Oh, it's Ollie against Hayes.
No.
Oh, and the pan soaks up so much of the damage. You heard those pings coming through.
Here comes the aggression, though.
Has to go for the revive. Well, the heal, and he knows it. Ollie's going to try and punish this. Keep him guessing, keep him on his toes. Ollie, why is that pan going? Oh, the Groza comes in. Ollie takes down Hayes, but he has to run. And Ollie gets taken down in the meantime. I'm pretty sure he just got found. Ninja's still the king of the hill. He's still on the top here. And this is about to get messy.
Will he find the player, though? He's got one right in front of him, and he's lying. Yes, he does. Ninja takes him down. This is Ninja's time. Sequisha finally comes in with a headshot with the car. Ninja takes down another one as well. That's one. 4 more players remaining. Look at them on his screen, though. They are so weak. He knows where this player is.
Ninja surely is going to win this. He's got such a good drop. They're both in another fight with each other. There's the bushworking. What? Ninja, you potato, hit the shot. He lands it eventually. Nerves coming in, but does he know about Sequisha? No, the drop's there. Ninja now in trouble. He's in the fight. They just killed the guy in. Sequisha on the side. Nades galore. They're about to exchange on this one. One to the left, one to the right. Sequisha, don't you hold on to that too long. It forces Ninja out, but not too far. Not far enough, and Sequisha is going to make the move. HP is dwindling for Ninja. He knows it. He's playing the third person. Oh, Sequisha! What a play! He's got himself into the top 2 here. That is what you want to see. Aggression, smart play, and using everything you have.
But the bigger question is, will the other player that's heard all this going down understand that these players are now weak? There's only one left. It's a one-on-one scenario. We're looking through. I'm hearing the bullets. I'm hearing pings. He knows exactly where he is. Sequisha's, unfortunately, between a rock and a hard place, needs to get these Red Bulls off urgently, which is exactly what he's doing. Unroot knows exactly where this player is. He's tagged him up so much, and he does, of course, have the height advantage.
20 seconds.
But He's still got this 8 times. He's still got this Kar 98. If he can find the target, he wins this game.
The tree in front will allow him 1 step. If you shoots too soon, Sequisha's going to have a chance, but it's going to be limited. He needs to make his move right about now. 10 seconds remains. The 1v1 begins. Sequisha works his way up on the first. He seems hesitant on this area, which is not a bad idea. He's running around the circle. He's going to be the second to the fight here. He's got decent armor still on him. He's still okay on this. He's flanking him. He has no idea.
He has no idea.
Oh my God, Sequisha, this could be incredible. He's got the drop, but does he have the shot? The first tag comes in, the second, but no more. Sequisha on the reload, but the fight's going to happen. He has no cover here either. He has to land it.
Sequisha!
He lost out! He lost out!
How?
The whiff is real.
Yunru comes in with the final kill, solidifies himself, and takes game number 3. Yunru just nailed him. This is insane.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to appreciate the absolute potato that came from Sequisha at the end of that game. He had it all. He had the drop on him. He had everything, and you just saw the panic. And to be fair to the guy, he did take down Ninja, who's always one of those higher rated games, and those players, excuse me, but still, Yunru played it well, even though he came back in after not having an advantage. Okay, let's watch this back. Okay, Sequisha has no idea really what's going on right now. This is the full fight. He only had the head. It was down to a low amount of HP, but still, you could have taken your time. He could have repositioned to 100% kill percentage. He took that shot and was like, oh God, now I'm in a fight, right? It's that panic, but Yunru kept his cool. He kept calm. He turned it. He even got the first hit, readjusted slightly, used the high ground, used the advantage, and nailed and delivered the shot. So credit where it's due, saying calm under pressure clearly works out.
Oh my word. And I believe with those final scores, Evermore, by staying alive at the end, keeping himself healed down the hill to make it into the top 8, has won the game. He's won it by healing himself on the side of the rocks. Evermore is your grand champion of our first solos event here at the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Gamescom Invitational. Congratulations to that man. That's insane.
I don't know what to say. All right.
If he wouldn't have kept himself alive and just gave in, he would have lost it. That's very smart play, staying alive. So that man is going to walk away with $15,000. GG.
Credit, at least in my eyes, is where it's due, is to Break and Hayes. They provided great deals of entertainment for me. Hollywood was consistently there. Certainly Sequisha had a great game in the last matchup. Obviously, a little awkward at the very end, but he certainly pulled his weight, getting some kills on the board. Ollie, a lot of kills, sadly for him. Not a lot of higher tier finishes. I think that's where it kind of let him down on that one. But for me, Break played the game that I like to see. So did Hayes. So did Scoom. So did Shaka. All these guys, there's certain players, the way they played stands out to me that I really enjoy. I think Evermore, you can't take it away from the guy. He got that first place. It doesn't matter how you do it. You may not like it. You may not appreciate it. But he made it happen. So at the end of the day, unorthodox or not, he is the one to walk away in that first spot for today. So 2 players from the same team. Evermore and Yunru for Entro will come out and take 2 victories out of 3. Now the bigger question is, what's more worrying? 1, does this set a bit of a tone moving into the squads? 2, you can't do it in players. The question is, are those 2 teammates when we look at duos? That's interesting. Look, I love a good quirky play. All right, yeah. I will give you that. Look, I don't like the people who call themselves bubbly or quirky. No one likes those people, but I'll give you in solos it can work. You cannot do the same with 4 players. There are similar cheesy ways to play it out, but you can't do the cheese to win. All right, I'll give him a lot of credit in the way he played, going to the the spawn island, coming back in. It's a very, very viable aspect of the game. For me, I don't like to see that in anything more. Like, what are you going to do? Put 4 players with that many meds into the cliffs like that and try and stay alive? It doesn't work. Not enough loot to go around. So again, won't apply into the higher tier games, at least in the squads when it goes up to that many players. But overall, I have to say today has been outstanding. It has. It's been chaos. It's been madness. It's been intense. There has been some questionable players, but there's also been some absolute phenomenal players. We think back to Cake with that M24. You get 1 shot, you give him a chance, the man nails it every single time. 3 bullets, 3 headshots in a row.
And just generally, the players that we've seen today, you saw initially Break just coming out, setting the standard, getting the kills, but also showing that, fair enough, even though you're getting the kills in solos, doesn't really matter. It's all about the W. It's all about where you finish at the end when that game goes off. Now, I believe we are getting an interview ready with the winners of
looks like a good
this.
top 3 there.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and it looks like a good top 3 indeed. But it was a good top 5, 6, 7. Yeah. There was some solid players up there.
So, as much as people like to say, oh, the game's RNG based, well, we've seen a consistently good top 10.
Yes.
That's the thing for me. It's been a consistent good top 10, and I think that can only get better in the first person, the duos, and the squads down the line.
This is incredible. This is incredible. I'm sure Break subs and are just going wild in the chat, throwing a ball. Honestly, he does have some of the best emotes on Twitch. They're absolutely incredible. But I mean, congratulations to every single person that has played today. And that's only day 1. That's only day 1. We've still got 3 more days of non-stop, heart-thumping action all week long. Remember, just to remind ourselves again at home, tomorrow we move into duos. After that, day 3, we move into duos first person. That's gonna be
my jam.
Intense. Make sure you're tuning in for that one, and then on Saturday we crown our winners. We crown our major champions of the squads as all these teams, they go head-to-head, 4-person teams. And this is where you start to get the team, the real strategies, and more of the different things will begin to unfold. We're going to see storylines progressing throughout the week, but for now, guys, I'm going to throw it down to the floor. Cameron is with your winners. Gentlemen, take it away.
And helping me with that is going to be the Global Business Director of Bluehole, Mr. Cho. This is the 3rd place prize given to Liquid Haze. Very interesting victory because you didn't actually get any top 1 finish, but a consistent-ish finish is what gave you this position. Okay, yes, now we do have the 2nd place as well. This one goes to our favorite on the desk, TSM Break. Again, handed by Mr. Cho. And then, of course, our illustrious winner who gets the gold pan, it is gonna be Evermore. Who I'm gonna have another winner's interview at the end as well. Oh, show off the prizes, yes. Very nice trophies, big fan. No, yeah, but before we end the day right now, I'm gonna have another winner's interview with Mr. Evermore. Thank you guys, congratulations all. So, once again, helping with translate, it's Poopy Queen. But, Mr. Evermore, congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
되게 얼떨떨해요.
It doesn't feel real.
So, as we saw, in the very first game, you went to the spawn island. The second game, not so much. But then on game 3, you went back there, even when we saw the circle go to the very southern point of the map. I was thinking, surely he's not gonna live this out. But you ended up being able to take the boat all the way around to the left side of the military island. And even though you got stuck, survived long enough to gain enough points in the end to actually come out with 1st place. Did you, knowing that you got the 1st place finish on game number 2, how did that affect these decisions that you made in this game?
그렇게 해서 잘 된 거잖아요. 그래서 3번째 매치에는 왜 그런 의사결정을 내리셨어요?
아무래도 이게 등수 점수제다 보니까 최대한 버티는 식으로 했는데 그게 마지막 판에 잘 먹혔던 것 같아요. 네.
So this tournament has a point-based system. So I was being strategic, trying to be really defensive as much as possible. And I think that worked again in the 3rd match.
Knowing that you were neck and neck with Break after the 2nd game, did you notice when he died? And did that lift a lot of weight off your shoulder?
이제 좀 배가 죽었으니까 괜찮겠다는 생각이 들었어요.
네, 안도의 한숨을 쉬었어요.
Yes, I was actually quite relieved that he died.
All right, so that is going to be finishing up here right now for today. For the very end, I'm going to toss it back to the desk with Pansy and Sims while they close us up for the evening.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, so we're going to be closing out the day. Congratulations to the winners. And as you mentioned, very solid top 5. And
yeah.
A lot, even though you mentioned it, people whinge about RNG. All right, there is.
We love a good whinge, all
There's
right?
a level of luck involved, but still a lot of constant wins, a lot of constant top 10s.
Look, there's always a way that you can minimize the RNG. You can play a certain way that gives you those chances, those opportunities to get yourself to a better spot. We saw it there with a lot of players. We saw it in various aspects. You put in a point system, someone's going to use it correctly, and they did. All right, so it is always, let's bear in mind, this is the first official tournament like this, right? So as much as people will be like, it's not ready, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy to get the Reddit karma right now. For me, it's a great time to see how it unfolds, see what works, see what, you know, what suits this game and this infrastructure. It's still early. For me, the one thing is, though, I look back to the first game we had, it was, Hayes up against Break. That 1v1 to me, that's what it's about. And I got to say, thoroughly enjoyed today. I think the players as well got a real taste of what this could be as well. And once it gets down the line for me, I think this is only going to get better and better. And we've already had a really nice awkward interview. So we're up there on the esports front.
It's already there.
It's there.
We're going to be on the
We've
front
seen
page.
those weird handshakes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
the dodgy handshakes are always why not? Everyone needs a dodgy handshake and one that's not really taken responsibly enough. But just to kind of touch on what you mentioned at the start, the one-on-one between Hayes and Break, it kind of just set the standard and also showed you what can happen when one person is playing the circle. They have control. They're waiting for their opponent to move to them. And then all of a sudden, circle goes,
not for you.
Not today, my friend. And all of a sudden, it just bounces onto the player. Then it goes into Break's corner, and he can say, okay, I'm waiting for you now. And this is something that players are going to have to learn, right? How do you... You've just got to think on your feet and deal with every single situation that's thrown at you.
Look, that's the nature of PUBG, right? And I think this is only a taste of things to come. Today has been great. It's been a brilliant foray into what could be happening in PUBG. And of course, we'll be doing this again tomorrow. Same thing, almost. A couple of changes, of course. Duos now becoming a bit of a factor. So that's what's going to be on the horizon. It starts at the same time. So people, I guess, want to just catch the stream, hit the follow button down below, or just have a look on the social media channels, or just tune in at the right time. So again, if this is anything to go by, I'm pretty sure the rest of this week is going to be pretty darn good. Yeah,
it's going to be insane. Thank you so much, guys, obviously bearing with us. This is an enormous setup and an incredible production. All the team in the back are working their damn well hardest.
Good
obviously,
job,
we
boys.
have to get the service set up. We have to do all the observing and stuff. We'll get back on the feedback tonight. We'll take a look at everything. Any feedback from me and Pansy, anything like that, throw it our way. We want to hear your feedback. We want to give you the best show possible. This week is going to be amazing. Tomorrow, as she said, we're going to duos. Do not miss it. We'll see you all then. Take care.